Magician Friday. It's going to be on Dan's channel.
Okay.
But I think you can
and
publicize
download
about it or something.
So roll the intro.
Magician Friday YouTube special guest edition with the one and only RILEYproMAGICIan with over 30,000 YouTube subscribers.
Hello.
In this video, he's going to teach you his secrets of success, and we're going to interview him and pick his brains for you, because it's not all the time that you can actually get to meet a magician face to face, and it's difficult, especially when you're starting out, to have those mentors and people who are going to help you out. And I hope today that, Riley, you'll be able to help those people out.
Yeah, that'll be good.
All right, so welcome everybody to the 9th episode of Magician Friday. Thanks everyone for joining in. This is a little bit of a different schedule and a different timing than we're normally used to. This is of course a Sunday, so I guess for the time being it is Magician Sunday, but this is justified by the awesome guest we have, RILEYproMAGICIan from YouTube. Great magician that I've looked up to for quite a while. Quite ironic twist of turns, how we began with having a few fans on the stream a few weeks back, and now we have a guest that I myself have been a fan of. Welcome, Riley. How are you? How's it going?
Good. It's good to meet you guys. You guys are cool people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, Thanks for agreeing to this. This is absolutely awesome.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate it.
We never expected to get someone as famous as you so quickly, and someone with such much publicity and, background in YouTube and social media so fast. We thought it was going to take us like 10 years to get an awesome person.
No, it's cool, man. I like to work with people who are small and big. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, awesome.
We appreciate it. So
yeah, we do.
You seem to have, well, from what I've seen, you do some pretty awesome stuff on YouTube, and you do a lot of amazing magic. How long have you been doing magic?
I believe 10 years. Since I was 13, and I'm 23 now, so I guess 10 years.
Oh, cool. And I'm sure, like most magicians, there's an inspirational story behind it in which you were drawn into magic, perhaps through some person or another influence that got you into magic? Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you about that?
If you'd like to.
I'll do it very briefly, I guess, because it's not that long. Basically, I had like some neighbors, and in the neighborhood, everyone would talk to each other or whatever, and then they were telling me about this show on TV. It was called Chris Angel Mind Freak, which right now I'm not really a fan of, but at the time I was really inspired by Chris Angel because he had a different style of magic, and then I watched it, and then I wanted to be a magician. I went to the magic shop like every couple weeks and just bought as much magic as I could and learned as much as I could, and then I grew and learned all kinds of cool stuff. So that was my inspiration, essentially. Was that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it seems as though it's gotten you pretty far. I mean, you are pretty well known on YouTube. Got quite a lot of views.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in real life, even outside of the internet world, you're pretty well known, I'm guessing. I'm sure
I do have once in a while, once in a while I get fans like on the street that take pictures of me or something like that. Like I was at a concert, like straight up just death metal, and then in between the sets, like some guy walked up and was like, "Hey, aren't you Riley? Don't you do magic on YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I was just not prepared for that, So it's really cool when that happens, but it's not like every day, you know what I mean? Just once in a while, but it'll grow, and it's really awesome that people care,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So, what's your dream with magic? What's your overall vision? What do you want to achieve when you perform? Like, what's your end goal at the minute?
Just show my magic with as many people as I can, like through the internet mainly, and not have to like travel to do magic shows. Like, people traditionally just travel and do shows. I'd rather just do it on the internet so they can watch it from home, but also do it for a live audience on the internet, not just for the camera. Like, you'll see that most of my stuff is live, you know what I mean? Like, it's people off the street or something like that. So that's my goal for now, I guess.
That's cool. That's a great vision. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's something we need a lot more of. We need a lot more of live, out there type performances rather than stuff that's been more popular as of lately of performing to the computer screen. So I'm guessing the message is to get out there, right? To get out there.
Yeah. And just get out there and perform. Don't be like too scared or something. And there's also like roadblocks, like getting a cameraman is actually kind of difficult, or somebody that's going to be there to film for you all the time. That's another thing. And then getting reactions sometimes is difficult, or getting people off the street to say yes to be in a video. Because I walk up and I'm like, hey, want to see a magic trick for YouTube? No. Want to see a magic trick for YouTube? No. And then once I get somebody, 50% of the time they don't react, so I have to get someone else, and then it's tough. But once the end result comes out, it's all good, and people like it because it gets more likes than dislikes. So I'm happy about that. People like magic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I noticed you mentioned something about reactions, but I noticed we have a lot of similarities in terms of the kinds of magic that we perform and our favorite genre. And I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I get the feeling that we are geek magicians, or in other words, shock magic users. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, not always shocking, but yeah, those are my favorite ones to do, although I don't know many of them. And some of them, like we talked about before, I won't actually perform just for certain reasons. But yeah, that's like the coolest magic to me because it's more edgy, let's say.
I know what you mean.
I have one thing. What would you suggest to people dealing with problems with approaching others? You know, they're having like anxiety, second thoughts, and want to build more confidence. How would you say to help them build that? Because I know it's difficult to get that sort of confidence.
When I started performing, I would get a little bit shaky with my hands. My voice would like shake sometimes. Like I actually auditioned a long time ago when I was a teenager for the Magic Castle, and I remember I would get a little nervous in the beginning, but then I would force myself to not get nervous because I didn't want to reveal the trick or mess up the trick in any way, because I know if my hand slipped, you know, a card might fall out of my hand or whatever might happen, and I don't want to reveal the trick or mess up, so I force myself to get over that and just do the best that I can do, and, you know, not be so nervous, you know what I mean? And now I just don't really care as far as like approaching people. I try to pick certain people because some of them, like some of the places that I go, there's some people that look like they're probably going to stab you or something, so like I don't want to approach those people. So, you know, I don't know, just go out there and try your best, but just use good judgment, you know. I guess that's all I got.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll help everyone listening at home. That vision of you sort of saying, like, you know, the stabbing, it just makes me think of Dan's neighborhood. It really, that's what just comes in my mind. With a
Wait, where does he live?
Randomly, endlessly wandering around.
Do you live in New York, or where you live?
Yes, I do happen to live in New York. That is my
Okay.
Yes, that's my location. But why is New York associated with stabbings?
The hoods.
I don't know. I didn't think that. He's saying you're from the hood, man.
No, I am not from the hood, actually. I have my own neighborhood. No, I am not. And I'm not even near those, actually. You do know New York is a huge place. There are 5 boroughs, one of which is Manhattan, which is the equivalent of London, basically.
Yeah, I've been there once, but I don't remember any of it because I was 1. So I don't remember being in New York, but I went to it. I know that.
That's cool. So speaking of stabbings, That kind of reminds me of something. Do you guys see this? We're gonna try something.
No.
So we're gonna try a little something.
This magic.
Yes. Geek magic, right?
That's a good idea right there. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, that definitely relates to stabbings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure that knife has been used many a time.
Don't try that at home. And yeah, no cuts, no nothing. You know, restored tongue.
Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, geek magic.
That's
awesome.
creepy.
Awesome magic.
That's the sort of thing that I think is gonna maybe go viral. And speaking about viral videos, what would you recommend, Riley, about making a video go viral and getting a lot of notice to your channel? Because I noticed your channel has over 6 million views. So it's how do you achieve that viral state?
It's pretty hard nowadays because there's a lot of people trying to do it and forcing it, and I try it too, but lately I've just been focusing on just doing straight magic stuff. Honestly, my top 2 most viewed videos is a walk on water that's not that good, and I made it when I was really, really young. And then my other one is this boobs card trick. And obviously people are going to click that because there's boobs involved and hot girls. And so basically I just make cards
You gotta make
appear.
it clickbaity.
Yeah, but I honestly, it was a good trick. I mean, it wasn't fully original, but the idea, I've never seen it done like that. So yeah, that's how I got that many views, and that one's one of my most viewed videos, weekly and daily. So I mean that, and yeah, you have to make something very enticing. It's really hard to come up with titles for magic tricks, and also magic is actually hard to go viral with too. Anyway, so I kind of accepted that, and I more focus on just making cool videos. You know what I mean? So there's no key to be viral, I guess, with magic. I don't know.
Yes. I mean,
how important is it? Now, how important is it to schedule your videos? So, how often should you upload? And will that sort of make you lose subscribers if you don't keep up with the upload quotas?
I mean, there was a time where I didn't upload for a month because I literally just couldn't get footage, or I was just too busy with life stuff. But basically, I was uploading almost every week for a good year. I'm pretty sure. I just went and did it for a year, and some of those videos weren't magic. Some of them were pranks, and some of them were magic pranks, which I combined magic and pranks and did a hidden camera style thing. But yeah. Then after a while, right now, I don't upload every week because sometimes I don't even hit 1,000 views. I used to hit 3,000 in one day, but something happened recently with YouTube Red and all of the changes that go on with the search engine optimization and all that, to where I don't think people get as many views if you're a smaller channel. And if you're PewDiePie or whoever, they may get a lot more views because they already have millions of subscribers. So I just do YouTube because I like it and people like it. I used to just strive for just trying to get at least 50,000, 100,000 views, but then after a while, it's just I'd rather focus on doing something I like and people like, So I'm just going to keep doing it no matter how many views it gets.
That's awesome.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder if there's any particular visions or people in which you follow after, any particular magicians that are role models to you, or that you, I guess, have pretty much as a role model, any type of magician that you follow in their footsteps of.
Not really. I don't really gain that much inspiration or anything from any magicians anymore. But I did really get into Dynamo for a while. I really liked Dynamo, and I like David Blaine. I like Dan Sperry, and I also got into Matt Franco. Is that his name? From America's Got Talent?
Yeah, AGT winner.
Yeah, I really liked him after seeing all of his stuff on America's Got Talent. I almost saw him in Vegas when I went, but I didn't. I should have. But, yeah, there's a lot of good magicians out there. Also, Justin Flom, is that how you say his last name? He's pretty good. I like his YouTube channel. He's got some really original tricks. Really creative stuff right there. So, I mean, I like a lot of magicians, but I don't really gain inspiration from them. Like, I don't watch a lot of magic too much, even though I know all the latest trailers and stuff. I don't buy the tricks. I don't, like, seek inspiration from them anymore. But I still try to
censor some of that out.
Yeah, just get inspiration from other stuff, I guess. Like scary things or like music and stuff like that. Weird stuff. Like just random.
I see.
Yeah.
So you take inspiration from your other interests, really, not just magic. So
you
might see like a song that you like and think of a video idea because of that.
Yeah, or like.
So are you seeing?
Wait, what? You can keep going.
No. No, I'll ask it after. Just finish what you were saying.
Yeah, like basically, if I listen to music, it's more the inspiration than a magician would be, because they do, some of them do things that are more inspiring, I guess, because they maybe made it themselves without like a label, or did it with their friends, like stuff like that, or just do the music because they like it, kind of like how I do magic just because I like it, not because I make money or anything, because I barely make any money. So, yeah, that's how I relate to music and magic, I guess.
So are you saying that people should like expand their cultural awareness and not just do magic, but really expand life and their social circle so that they have other things going on with their life apart from magic? Because some people solely just have magic and they don't do anything else.
Oh, really? I mean, that'd be good, actually, because that's when I first started, all I did was magic. But then now, I mean, I honestly don't even practice every day, but I think about magic every day, and I write stuff down relating to magic or new tricks or ideas, but I mostly just visualize more than actually practice. So I don't know if that has to do with your question or thoughts there, but that's what I do.
I mean, I can see that happening because, after all, there's only so much that you can practice or get down via dexterity of the fingers, that it actually becomes a combination of those moves that you already mastered rather than mastering new moves altogether. So it kind of makes sense what you're saying. I kind of get that.
Yeah, and then also, I don't even know, like, a lot of technical card moves or anything like that. I usually use stuff that you can't catch on camera, or just like simple stuff, to be honest. Like, that's like, I really like Jay Sankey a lot. He doesn't use like super difficult stuff. He just gets right to the point with his magic in all of his teachings, I've noticed, and I really like that because it relates to how I perform. I don't know if you see that when you watch his DVDs and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I've met Jay, and I think he's really like a down-to-earth person. You know, even if his magic might be as boring as anything, some of the tricks are, but he's just a great performer and hilarious to watch, and that just entertains me. Even though I've saw his lecture and some of the things are quite boring in the explanations and some of the performances, and he kind of makes it entertaining through his presentations and just
he's great.
sort
I
of
really
like
him.
improvising, his ad-libbing. One other thing I have to know, and I think everyone else is wondering, how do you deal with the haters?
Usually there's a lot of hate comments, and they usually just, I don't care, number one. Number two, some of them I leave up because they're so funny, because they really go into full descriptions of like how I look or something like that, or what I did, or how I'm like, they don't know. Also, they always make fun of my voice, I guess, because I'm monotone most of the time, and they think that I'm bored while I'm doing the trick, when I'm just me during the trick. I never try to hype anything up. I never try to like do some alternate persona, which is fine to do because like you're a performer, but I don't do that usually, and people really just make fun of that a lot, and I just don't really care that much. But there are some great funny comments on there, and some actually reveal the trick, and those I delete or try to delete, but sometimes you get so many comments I can't delete them all. So there's a lot of reveals or fake reveals where they think they know how it's done, but it's really not accurate at all. But some of those I try not to leave either, just in case people really think that's how it's done.
I love the fake reveals. Have you ever heard of Danny Garcia's story about the levitation he did at a party? I believe the story was one of his Projects DVDs. He was doing a party, basically, at one of the events that he was at, and he did a levitation, a full-body levitation, and one guy in the crowd goes, "Hey, I know how you did that." So Danny Garcia, being the genius that he is, turns to the guy and says, "Please, tell us. Let everyone know. I want to hear, how did I do that?" And so the man goes, "You have rods in your pants. You're pushing down on them, and that's making you levitate. But I can't see those rods protruding from the bottom of your feet because you put invisible spray on them."
That's not even possible.
It's like invisible spray? Really, bro?
Wow. That's ridiculous.
I think that part
That's
of
like some Harry Potter stuff.
You're right. Throw the invisibility cloak on me. Hey, I know how you did that.
No, he stole it from SpongeBob. I remember seeing an episode with invisible spray.
Right. I remember
that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Barnacle Boy or whatever? Don't they have an invisible car or something?
Sure. I think it's a different one, but there is also an invisible car.
Okay. See, I don't know much about SpongeBob anymore. I do have a poster in my room of SpongeBob, I'm not gonna lie.
So, like, tell me if this is okay, we were speaking earlier about people that only do magic. That's the only thing that they do. But I'm going to put a scenario in front of you where I personally think is an ideal scenario, and a pretty good one. But I want to know what your opinion is on this. I think one of my many goals in the future is becoming a cruise magician. What that means is you are hired to be on a floating ship, 7 to 10 days at a time, and it is your job on board this ship while you're in luxury to walk around, to constantly entertain the crowd, do magic to the crowd, and even do shows on a nightly basis. That's a job. You would have to do magic every single day. But at the same time, it pays well, I'm sure. You're on a cruise ship, so it doesn't get more luxurious of a lifestyle than that.
Yeah, you could eat a buffet.
That's right. Does that... Because it seems like both of you guys are not necessarily agreeing with doing magic and only magic. But given this example circumstance, would that not be appealing because it involves magic every day?
I would do that if it was a short time, not for like a month or something like that. I don't know how long cruises go.
Is it because of family?
I just don't want to be stuck in, like, it's like a magic jail or something. Like I'm gonna be forced to do magic like a puppet or something. I don't want to do that. But like 7 days, that's cool, because then I could probably walk around magic, and then at the night do like a stage show or something like that. I don't know how it goes down, but that'd be cool for a while. I get to eat some healthy boys food at the buffet.
I'm just confused. It's a magic prison to you. Like
Well,
would
if it was
love
a
to do
month,
that.
like if it was like a month, that would be crazy.
Like 30 days, yeah.
I
Well,
might be
sometimes
wrong.
they go on for like 6 months on a cruise. You know, you can do a long time.
I was about to say. I think contracts are like 3 to 6 months at a time.
But you won't be able to spend the
Unless
money,
you're like
so
uber famous, like Sean Farquhar.
yeah, like you won't be able to. I have a cat that's jumping over here. You won't be able to spend the money, so you're gonna make like a lot of money probably doing that and be able to save it, you know. So that's cool, and you get to be performing, and people pretty much want to watch because there's probably not that many forms of entertainment on there as far as shows. There's probably, you know, singers, dancers, whatever, and then magic show. People are gonna go to that, you know.
Yeah. One other thing I thought of is like family. You won't be able to see, you know, your loved ones at all and things like that. So that's something else you got to consider. But I know some
Yeah.
performers actually take all their family with them on the cruise. So
Yeah.
the family will come with them.
Yeah, I never thought about doing a cruise ship performance.
I'd love to. That's one of my visions for the future.
So I'm going to use this and actually segue into another question as a follow-up to this one. Where do you see yourself in the future with magic?
Well, I guess one of my goals as far as magic and the career with magic is to live full-time off of YouTube by doing just magic videos. So I can post a video once or twice a week and get enough views from that and my old videos to make a living, and that's how I want to go about that as far as magic, and then do some, like, you know, rare shows once in a while for people at very cheap prices. Yeah.
I'm confused about the cheap prices. If it was me, I'd be charging £50 a ticket. That's
I'd rather show magic for free, as weird as that sounds, than make people have to pay, because they actually want to see it. So that enough is just good for me. I don't know, explain it.
So you've never really done paid performances then? Because I do quite a lot of bookings for private people, weddings, you know, anniversaries, funerals.
I have
corporate events and things, companies.
I've done a few parties here and there, but that was like a couple years ago. But right now I don't do that. I just do straight up street magic and just magic for random people, friends and family, and it's all free. And as long as I get to film most of the reactions, I don't always have my camera, but yeah, I pretty much just do free street magic essentially, and then from the views on YouTube, that's how I feel like I get paid, you know. But I do want to do some gigs sometimes, but not like a whole bunch. But it's really awesome that you do that. I mean, because you could make a living off of that, and that would be a dream job, you know what I mean?
You can make a great living off it, you know. Charging £300, £400 a show, you can make a good amount of money, and I do. But it's all what you want to do. I mean, it does involve performing to the children, entertaining children, which it sometimes can be challenging, dealing with spectators, dealing with certain problems, the travel aspect of it, so the traveling to the gigs and from the gigs, and things like that.
Yeah, when I did do some gigs, they were for younger audiences. Like, I'm pretty sure the majority of them were kids shows, which is not my specialty. As you see in my videos, like, I do like street magic mostly, and like you were saying, geek magic, where things are gonna freak people out. So me going to do kids shows wasn't necessarily fun, but you know, it got me experience and being more like jokey with people rather than all serious. And you know, I could be a goof and a weirdo and do some kind of simpler tricks, and they're still fun to do. So like I had a trick with like pizza, and it was really ridiculously stupid, but it made the kids laugh, and it was good. So, I did those for a while, and some of them, that was back when I had no car, too, so I'd take a bus, and I had to, like, hide all my magic stuff, because I thought someone would steal it, but, yeah.
Dan Sperry's got actually something pretty silly for kids' parties. You have boogers come out of his nose and poop come out of his pet birds.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he takes wads of toilet paper and wets them and squishes them, and that's the poop.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh. That was very interesting.
The best part is when he flings it at the wall of whatever house he's in. It just sticks because it's squishy toilet paper. And the hosts get freaked out. It's kind of funny.
Wow. That sounds like something maybe Bizarro would do. If you know him, he has some interesting effects.
Who? Bizarro?
Yeah, have you heard of him?
Who did you say? Yeah, of course, he's a great magician.
Yeah, he's got the Oreo trick that I really like.
Oh, and, yeah, the Stuffed, I think it's called? Overstuffed or something like that.
Yeah. I got the first version of it, which I actually like better than the Theory 11 one or whatever it was, because it was more realistic.
I didn't know he had an original one. It's new to me.
Yeah, I actually messaged him on Facebook, which I never do. I just wanted the trick really bad, and I said, hey, it's not on your site. Do you have any more? And then he said, yeah, I have like 2 more or 1 more, and then he sent it to me, and it was really nice of him. It was really cool. So I used that a few times. I haven't done it on, I've done it on the street, but the footage got messed up, so I couldn't use it. Like it got, my camera has a mode where you can draw on it, like lines and stuff, and somebody who was filming drew lines through it, and then we just filmed the whole trick. And so when I went back and I looked at it, there's just these white lines through everything, and it didn't work out.
That's another question I have. What camera do you actually use when you perform?
Most of the time, the one that's my actual camera is like a Canon Vixia RFH or something 500 or something along those lines. It's like a $300 camera at the time, and then I use a wireless mic. Then sometimes I have a light that I also put on there because I have a little like handheld rig thing that I hold. Hold on. It's right here. Here's what I use. And as you can see this thing here, I could put the wireless mic on top of this, and then I could also put a light, and then so I've got the camera. So that's what I mostly use. But sometimes my friends, they'll offer to help me, and they have like way better cameras than me, and they're like DSLR cameras. One time I worked with like a $5,000 camera, but it was just for one video, and it looked really good, and I could barely edit it on my computer. It was all choppy because it's too HD for my computer to handle. But I tried my best.
It sounds like it might have been 4K. Also, speaking of computers, what software do you actually use for editing?
I use Pinnacle Studio.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the lesser-known ones, really.
Yeah, actually, I think a guy from Scotland gave me the idea a long time ago. I used to talk to some guy from Scotland, and he told me, here, I have this program, you can just type in this, and then since I bought it, you can download it.
Okay, your serial code, yeah.
Basically, and then I just updated it, and I got a little bit better version, but I don't have the new one. But I'm thinking about buying the new one once I buy a new laptop, and buying also a camera. But I'm just going to wait on that, because I just really need to save up for all of that.
So, it's an investment worth your while, though, I think.
Yeah, the camera I have now is okay.
For those watching right now, if you can guess which video was filmed in Ultra HD, you'll win one of my Become a Magician DVDs. Text it to me. I doubt you can find which one it is. But like 100 videos or something.
Did you just randomly come up with an impromptu contest out of material that's not even ours?
So I have to like
go
through your videos and figure out which one's the most HD.
No. I'm saying that they have to go through all your videos and find out which one is filmed in Ultra HD, the one with the really expensive camera.
Yeah, and also the trick to it also.
See it's 1080. Yeah, if you can text me the trick name of the video, that way I can make sure and adjudicate at the end of this stream who will win it. And you've got let's give them a month. You've got 2 months to do that, and you'll win a copy of my DVD if you do it. So yeah. Also,
the video that it is part of has multiple performances, so it cuts back and forth, and one of the shots is with my camera, so it's even trickier. So you'll notice like one of them is slightly less HD than the other one's like way clear. And it's not even full quality since when I export, I can only export a certain quality. So even though my camera, it's 1080, I think 30 frames per second, but my camera can shoot at 60 frames per second. It just can't export, so I don't shoot in that, which is sad because I want to get the most out of my camera and I can't because of my older software, and the computer I have is not the best, but it's good enough.
Not being able to shoot 60 isn't that bad though, to be honest. 60 frames. It's only weird for gaming videos where that really matters. Or slow motion stuff. So you should be alright there.
Yeah, I just want there to be the best quality possible.
Yeah. It seemed pretty good to me, actually. But since we're already on the topic of editing, I tend to notice how you like editing in Easter eggs into your videos.
Oh.
And I, for one, am a pretty big fan of finding your coordinates in every video, especially with the haunted hospitals. I enjoy doing that.
No one notices though. Some of them I reply to the comments, and some of them I don't. But I think you were the one that pointed out in one of my videos, right?
I remember the first time I ever noticed.
It's in like almost every video. Some of them I leave it out on purpose just because like I don't want to make it a weird thing. But it started because, have you seen a movie called Grave Encounters?
No.
Have you seen that movie?
Not really, no.
It's like a Canadian horror film where it's like paranormal investigation goes on, and they think it's like a hoax or whatever, but then it ends up being real, and they're like freaking out, and all this crazy stuff happens. At the very end of the movie, it flashes for a second some coordinates like 49, 12, something. The ones that pop up in my video, every video pretty much, which is crazy you caught that, but basically that pops up the credits I think go by, or right before the credits, just like a split second. So I decided I'm just going to throw that in. I'm also going to throw in once in a while some VHS glitches because of that movie. And I just got more into like making glitchy footage sometimes off of that originally. So you might see some glitch and like weird VHS type material going on. See, that's another thing. It's like I was saying, I'm not inspired by just magic or magicians. Like I'm inspired by that movie or like music videos or something like that to make weird visuals within my videos to make it more me, I guess, you know. That's good you caught those though. Some of them are like Area 51 and like some other hospitals. I was trying to find another hospital that is by my house actually, but I can't find the coordinates for it. And I don't remember what it's called, but it's literally, it's crazy, but there's a suicide bridge near my house, and underneath the suicide bridge is it's like a mental hospital, but it's like down, like they don't use it anymore, and like people explored it on YouTube. One. Yeah, so it's like more creepy. I guess there's like homeless people that live there and like drugged out people, I guess, because the people that did go in there, it was unlocked, which is weird. And then there's like all kinds of drugs and crazy stuff going on in there. So I'm not going to go there, but I wanted to find the name and the coordinates so I can put it on there, but I couldn't find it. So yeah.
I'm just thinking, EVP there.
Yeah, do some paranormal tests in there.
I'd do that.
Yeah,
Make a video out of that.
They did do some paranormal stuff near the bridge because, like, I think like 100 people jumped off of that bridge or something more than that. I forget.
Whoa.
But yeah, it's crazy. I go past it like every day, but I don't actually drive on it. I drive next to it. But I don't know, if I walked on there, maybe some ghosts will like push me off or some crazy stuff. Who knows what goes on? But yeah, it's pretty creepy. So I use like some creepy stuff like that. There's other like Easter eggs in my videos too.
You heard that, Dan. Your pizza's ready.
Was he really that loud?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's my
Pizza
brother.
delivery.
DiGiorno.
Actually, no. It's Papa John's.
Oh, Papa bless. You gotta have Totino's pizza rolls. That's what you gotta get and become the Totino
Not a paid
boy.
product placement. That's not a paid product placement.
You're gonna be the Totino boy.
Use code PROMAGICIAN at checkout to get 10% off your next order.
At Totino's? Totino's, I'm the Totino boy. Okay?
Oh, so you get paid by them to do magic, I bet.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like I mentioned in the previous episode, I would love to be sponsored by Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Yeah, like
I think we've mentioned
by anything would be good.
Too many products. This video is going to get flagged for copyright issues if we carry on naming products.
No, actually, if I were to do like some type of brand deal, which I don't want to do particularly for this reason, is I'm in a YouTube network and they have a lot of rules that I have to actually say and put text over my video and all kinds of different rules to say that I'm paid to, you know, promote the product, and it was too much for me to even handle all these rules, so I'm probably not going to ever do like a brand deal type thing.
Can I ask you what network you're with?
I'm with Maker
Because
Studios.
that's another thing we have to ask.
Yeah, I'm with Maker.
What advice would you give others to getting in? Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly like what they require. I think they just look over your channel and see how many subs you have and daily views and monthly views. I'm not sure what the requirement is because there's different levels to it too. And yeah, so I joined like 2.5, 3 years ago probably. But it was called something else, and then they turned it into something else again, and then they got bought by like Disney. So it's like pretty crazy. Yeah. So, but they help me out, and they're cool people over there.
That's awesome. The fact that you have a nice relationship with them.
Yeah, like at VidCon, they help me out a lot because they get me to be able to perform for big channels. Like I performed for Bart Baker. You know who he is.
Yeah.
He has over 1 million subscribers by far. And
did you do a collab with him? Collaboration with him?
Well, I did a video, but it wasn't really a collab. It was just like on my channel type thing. So I don't really consider that really a collab, but I did a video with him. Because there's like a mini stage at the YouTube convention I was at, and he was there doing a Q&A, and then they told me, during his Q&A, you can go up there and do a trick, and we'll film it with our camera crew. And then I had my friend, she filmed it, so I got like 2 angles. It was really cool. So I was really into that.
To do that for you, they're like the YouTube agents.
Yeah. I have like a manager for YouTube, so they like email me back and forth, or we have calls once in a while. And also they have a studio that's in LA too, so I go to that once in a while, not really, because I don't need to go in a studio to shoot my stuff, but yeah, I visited there.
Nice. You get that studio access.
Yeah, I just don't use it because my videos are outside, but maybe I could do like a YouTuber reacts to magic, and if they're shooting a video, I can show up and just be in the green screen room or whatever and show them some tricks. Who knows?
That's awesome. I need to get a network. I want
Yeah,
free
it's like
studio access.
Gold.
That's like some behind the scenes stuff. That's what people don't know. Like, there's so much behind the scenes stuff that happens that people just don't know about. There's some stuff that's like top secret stuff, but
And that's that's what we
What?
want to know about. We want to know about all the drama alert stuff.
let's get right
well,
into the
certain
news. That
things-
stuff.
Certain things should remain secret, hence why they are secret to begin with.
Yeah, I try not to be part of any type of drama on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just do magic tricks.
Until Pyrocynical gets a hold of you.
I don't even watch that guy's channel. I guess I don't know what they do. Do they talk over video games or something?
No, yeah, but I only just got into it actually, but it is actually quite entertaining.
Oh yeah, don't watch those type of YouTubers really.
I only just got into it. It's funny.
So, given
funny
the fact that I was informed that I am supposed to do something right now, what I'm proposing to do is to... what is Harrison preparing? I'm not sure. Anyway, he'll probably tell us in a minute. So, I'm proposing to...
I'm repairing my watch. It broke.
Oh, okay. That's quite an awkward time to be doing that, but...
Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty random.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and finish the task in which I'm supposed to do right now, and will attempt to return as quickly as possible. But in the meantime, I am going to dim my screen. So just so you guys know, I will be back.
Yeah, but
You'll
we're
be
gonna
back
continue
soon.
talking over here.
Yeah,
Yes, I intend
I'm gonna
to.
chill with you. I'm gonna. Oh, you're gonna still talk? Oh, that's cool.
I may not be able to, but I'm going to leave the stream going. I'm going to leave it rolling. I guess this is one of the roadblocks
me and you will
that
just chill.
the awkward timing
This is
throws
one
at
problem's not living on your own. This is why you need to do this at 2 a.m. in a room in the middle of nowhere, Dan, in the UK.
But keep in mind, if this were at a inconvenient timing, nobody would be watching. That's kind of against the ideas of Magician Friday. But
Yeah.
I will be returning shortly, so until a few minutes from now, take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.
All right.
Awesome. See you in a little bit, Dan. It's sad that he had to go, but, these things happen. So,
Yeah.
knowing more about this sort of stuff, how do you deal with, hecklers on the streets if you're, being heckled when you perform? Does that happen?
Actually, not really that much anymore. Like, when I first started, especially when I was in high school, when I perform, I have a lot of hecklers. Like, that one kid that always just wants to mess with you because he's not the center of attention type thing. And I don't really necessarily want to be the center of attention. I just want to show people magic tricks. I'm not like, hey, look at me, I'm doing a magic trick. I'm just showing it, and people gather around, like the whole class. That's when high school was great for magic. So they used to mess with me, and I would just kind of prove them wrong. But like he would say, like, oh, you saw the card, when, I would be like, oh, pick a card, I'm going to read your mind, 7 of clubs, whatever. And then he'd be like, no, you saw the card. And it's like, okay, here. And I would just give him the deck or something and just prove him wrong. And then everyone else would be like, dude, just leave him alone. But other than that, people on the street don't really heckle me, but they'll just not react sometimes to certain tricks. And there's certain tricks I can't redo them. Some of them I literally prepared hours for, or made my own gimmick that I can only use twice or once. Like I had the soda can. I had this insane soda can trick that basically I can make any small item inside of a sealed soda can, which I didn't release the video because I didn't have the reactions. Like, these one guys kind of reacted, but the angle we got it at, the vanish that I did, was not perfect. You could see how I did it from that angle. So I didn't upload, and there's a mentalism trick I also did with the can, where I'd have them name something like, say I had a bag with a soda can, but the bag you could not see inside. I said I have a prediction here, and they name out, some drink, and she'd say water, and then I'd reveal it, and it would be like soda, and then I was like, oh, I'm wrong, but wait, I'm a magician, so I'm gonna snap my fingers, and then I have them open it and pour it into a glass, and you'll see that whatever they picked, so she picked water, the soda
When did you
would come out as water.
When did you?
This is a while ago, but I didn't put the video up because, like I said, I can only make a couple of these. I only made like 2 of these gimmicks, and then I never made them again because the amount of effort it took was a lot, and the girl didn't react. And the guy one, I did a different effect with it, but using the same method of soda can gimmick.
Because there was a trick released on the market by a friend of mine, actually, called Kieran Johnson, and it's a bit more extravagant when he does it. He takes, he's got cards, and they've all got different drinks written on them. And he gets them to think of a drink. There's 3 different objects. You take 3 cards, and they've all got different things. One says breakfast tea, so tea. One says toast, and one says an egg. So he turns the pack of cards into toast.
Oh.
Then he opens up the can of Coke, and inside is tea.
Yes, I've seen
this. It's warm. It's the hot tea. And then
Damien
there's an egg,
O'Brien
and the egg becomes hard-boiled as well. Yeah, he did on his show. He performed it on Killer Magic, didn't he? It's actually by a guy called Kieran Johnson.
So did that guy, basically, was he kind of like the consultant for that trick, you would say? Or did he ask for permission or anything? Or?
Damien O'Brien didn't get any permission to do it.
But
Kieran
was it
just
on
said,
the market?
My trick's on TV today. He never got permission. It was on the market, yeah. It was available. It's called Too Hot to Handle. I have 2 units of it because I met Kieran, and he gave me a free one, just for free, after I bought it. He sent me one in the mail.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that magician.
Yeah, he's quite underground, but his stuff that he does is actually really fantastic. He's also responsible for the ice stuff. Have you ever seen the coin making ice appear out of nowhere, where you show your hands empty and ice appears?
It's not the one from Illusionist, right? Or is it? There's someone on Illusionist where a guy would like light a flame with flash paper and then it turned into ice, I think, or something like that.
That trick, he does that trick as well. He made that trick as well.
But oh wow, was he credited?
Yeah, I think he will be for that.
Okay, because if it's online and he's not if he's not credited, then that's not fair for like a company to do that.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I remember.
But yeah, that
Illusionist. Sorry, this is a totally different topic, but Illusionist.
Wait, did you say Illusionist the company, or are you on about the show, The Illusionists?
Oh no, I'm talking about the company. Illusionist.
Oh yeah. Because they were credited. The guy who made the trick and released it was the Kieran Johnson, the same guy.
So the performer in the video, was that him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I know who he is then. Just by that video only, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool one. I didn't get it, but it looked interesting. I have a playlist of tricks that I think are creative or interesting where I may buy them in the future or end up buying. I just add the trailers to a playlist, so then later when it's like some deals or something like that going on online, I just search the effects that I have in the playlist and then purchase them eventually.
That's a really great way of doing it.
Because I forget about them.
Write them down on a piece of paper.
Oh, so you write them down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, just writing, the weird name that they have, and then by first and last name. It's always some weird name, and it's like you have to walk up. Like there's a magic shop here that I go to sometimes, but not much. And I always walk up there and just list like weird names, and then the last names of the guys, and then they're like looking it up, and then like, oh, I have this, or no, I don't have this. So that's always interesting.
Yeah. I buy a lot of it online now because you can get it a lot faster than going to the stores. And there's not a lot of stores where I live.
Yeah, me
so
either.
I thought of actually opening up in a Magic store.
Yeah, that would be
surprised
another.
for California that there's not a lot.
Yeah,
I'm actually considering opening my own store. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. I mean, that would be something I would like to do too, but just I don't know how to run a store and have like all that inventory. That'd be crazy, just having all these magic tricks and how I would be.
One book I can recommend. One book I'd recommend for you is Marketing Magic by Maxwell Murphy. It's a guy who created his own magic store. You know Penguin Magic?
Penguin. Yeah, Penguin, yeah. Maxwell.
Yeah, he created Penguin.
Yeah.
And he talks about how he does it and things if you're releasing a trick on the market, what they should have and what they shouldn't have. It's a really useful book.
Yeah, I buy from Penguin a lot. If I do buy magic, which I rarely do. But the last thing I bought was from Penguin Magic.
Yeah.
Or maybe, yeah, I think so. Because I bought okay, I totally forgot what it's called. I think it's just called Gum by Tom Elderfeld, I think his last name is.
Yeah, it's quite new. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just called Gum. I could be wrong.
Tom Elderfield, yeah.
He's from the UK,
I think it's
right?
quite new, isn't it? Yeah, he is, yeah. He's
really creative.
Mine, actually, I know a couple of people who know him.
Yeah, he's really creative. I need to get into that.
He is.
I just bought like a whole bunch of gum packets for it, but I don't know if they're the same because he showed his gum packets and they're a little bigger, and I'm trying to figure out which ones will match up. Because the place I went to had a terrible selection of gum, and I don't chew gum, but I just wanted it.
Maybe? Try somewhere like that.
Where?
Walmart or somewhere like that.
Yeah, I don't actually have one for a long distance from me, and I actually hate Walmart a lot, so I try never to buy any products from them.
Yeah. Everyone seems to hate the big stores in America.
Yeah, I mean, we have Target.
Try Target then.
Yeah, I tried Walgreens, which I think is actually owned by Walmart.
You say you don't like Walmart, but you'll shop at this Walgreens owned by the same company.
I think they're owned by them, and also Sam's Club is owned by them. They're all terrible. But I went there, and they had a horrible selection, though. And it was pretty cheap for some of these gum packets. I got like 3 for like $1 or something. But yeah.
Yeah. There's one trick which I saw at the minute which I do like by Richard Sanders. I can tell you more about that after you finish talking about what you was going to talk about.
No, it's fine. Actually, Richard Sanders is another person I like. I have Ultra Gum by him, and that's a gum trick that I use a lot. Yeah. I really like that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I combine it with splash paper. Instead of just a normal bill corner vanish, I do a bill corner with flash, and I make it vanish so it's more visual, and it appears in that sealed gum packet. It's like the most legit thing ever. But I do have I know you're going to talk about an effect, but there is a random story with that trick, the Ultra Gum trick. I performed for a famous guy called Fabio. Do you know Fabio?
I've not heard of him, no.
Oh man, this guy's crazy. Well, Fabio's he's like a guy who's famous off of being a model in romance novels on the cover.
That's probably why I don't know him.
Yeah. I don't read them, no. And then he comes up in a few movies just randomly, just because it's just funny for him to even. Yeah, it's just a funny thing for him to be in a movie, just randomly. He doesn't have to say lines. It's just he himself is just funny. It's just
50
ridiculous.
Shades of Grey.
No, it's not like that. It's like appropriate. I don't know. I don't read them, so I'm not sure. But he was at Whole Foods. I don't know if you have that. It's like a really healthy store, I guess you would say.
We don't have those in the UK yet. I know what they are.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive, but I like their stuff. Anyway, so he's promoting this protein powder that he said he invented, which was pretty much a lie because it was whey protein powder, which is just basic protein powder. Anyway, so it had his face on it, so it's automatically his. And then I brought Ultra Gum because I knew he was going to be there, and I wanted to get a celebrity to see my magic. Because at that point, I never showed anyone that popular magic before. So I showed it to him, and he was way taller than me. So the problem with that is he could see kind of above me, and he saw my sleight of hand that I was doing, and he called me out and like was like, "Oh, I caught you on camera," and like I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Fabio, just go with it," and then like it just went downhill. One of like his biggest fans was behind him, some old lady, and she's like, "Ha ha ha," laughing. And I was like, "Oh, forget this," and I just got like a sad picture with him, and I just left.
So it just went horribly downhill.
Yeah, and it was like a big deal guy, but like honestly, I'm not a fan of him, so it's not like I was crushed by this. But yeah, you're talking about Richard Sanders having an effect.
Yeah, I was. But another question I've thought of: how do you deal with like you do the pranks?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that's happened in the aftermath? Like.
Just people just running away and never coming back, where I can't tell them it's a prank, or I can't tell them like, "Hey, you're on camera," which sometimes I don't tell people, which is also a tiny.
You've never had people threaten you, hurt you?
No, I had a guy throw like a fake poop at me once. I had a Christmas prank where I had a fake poop inside there, which was actually not a toy. It was like a Cliff Bar. Have you had a Cliff Bar?
No.
It looks like poop, so I rolled it up, and it's sticky and like nutty and nasty. So when people open that, they know it's poop, but it's not. And when they touch it, you can feel the texture, and it's like a poop-like texture. So that guy threw it, but it didn't hit me. It just fell on the ground, and I'm just like laughing kind of, and like I told him, "Dude, just chill out." But nothing ever really happened. People just kind of get a little mad, but most of my stuff isn't extreme like that. Maybe like a scare thing, but I've honestly gotten more old ladies, like 45, 50-year-old ladies getting mad that they're on camera than anything. Like, just people get pissed off because they're on camera. That's mainly what happens. Is like, "Are you filming me?" It's like, "Yeah, I was just doing a YouTube video." It's like, "You're not allowed to film me." But like, usually I do it in public, or yeah. So
have you ever been kicked out of a place for filming?
Yeah. Filming, I get kicked out once in a while. Like even for magic, I got kicked out of 2 malls in one day.
Do you get banned or just kicked out?
They don't write down my name or anything. And then I go there just normally to like go eat or hang out, and I see the same security guard. I'm like, "Hey, that's the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy." So they don't recognize you after. They just have nothing to do. They're security guards. I've had the cops called.
They're not going to sue you or anything.
No. I've had the cops called for my friend's video. He was doing a social experiment that was really extreme. And I was filming.
What's your friend called, by the way? We just got someone talking. Stefan is just one of the viewers. Stefan, the guest, is Raphael. No, sorry, you're not Raphael. RILEYproMAGICIan. RILEYproMAGICIan. He's got 30,000 YouTube subscribers, and he's awesome. Anyway, you were saying.
Basically, I got kicked out a couple times, and then also the cops came for my friend's experiment, which I wasn't part of the video. I was just helping him film because that's how it goes with me. I usually film for somebody's channel, and then later in the day I get to film, or vice versa. Like I film for like a couple hours, few hours, or it's just the whole day. And sometimes the whole day just for them or just for me. It's kind of like a trade-off. But the cops came and they were nice. I just kept filming because you have to film cops or else they might do something crazy. Because I don't know.
You're allowed to film them legally as well.
Yeah, I think I don't care. I'm just going to do it anyway because they could hurt me or something, which is kind of rare, but a lot of people in America are really upset with the police, if you've noticed that on the news or anything. because they shoot people all the time, and it's really unfair. So
So
I
the
don't want to
worst
get
that can happen.
yeah, I don't want to get
Yeah.
shot over a video. And magic videos, I just get kicked out for the reason of being on their property. That's not where I'm going to get shot.
And once you've left, they're not going to, keep on telling you to leave. Like, there's some big malls and things in the UK that I've wanted to film at. And I've even been booked to do gigs there, and I've been told not to film because it's going to be bad.
Yeah, you could probably get like a permit for that. I don't know what the laws are, but you could probably get like a permit to perform.
You have to pay a lot of money.
For
a
permit?
You have to pay a lot of money to. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
You have to contact the council and stuff, and they charge you because they put you on the grounds that you're filming for TV or online media. So yeah, you have to get a permit, and it's expensive.
Yeah, I was at an outdoor mall. There's a video I did called like Card and Shoe, and literally I went inside the arcade, and it was like a really small arcade, and I did trick in there just fine. But then once I started going the outdoor areas of the mall, I noticed a security guard just following me, and so we just kept moving and moving and moving, and not asking people to see tricks, but just trying to look for someone because it was kind of empty. And then the guy finally said, "Hey, you guys filming over here? You guys taking pictures? You can't do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're shutting it down." Because that's what I say. I just say I'm going to shut it down, and then I just pack everything up because I don't want them to write down my name or anything.
Yeah. So you don't ever give them your name or anything. You just walk off.
No, I just say, "Hey, I'm like, yeah, I'll just put it away," and then I put it in my backpack because you might notice in a lot of videos I have a backpack. I take a bunch of all my camera equipment and all my tricks in my backpack, and I just perform the tricks out of my backpack, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not a lot that they can really do to you in terms of legal action from just filming.
No, I mean, there was another time where my other friend was doing a social experiment where he was like getting cussed out by this random dude because this dude stole his phone. And while they were cussing at each other, the security guard didn't notice that. He noticed me with the tripod filming, and he said, "No filming here, no tripods." And I was like, okay. Well, I was trying to point out, like, hey, there's like, this guy stole my friend's phone, and you're caring more about me using a tripod filming it, and it's just ridiculous. So we just packed up and left again. And then that day, I also filmed a magic trick, and then got kicked out right after I was done filming.
So they don't sometimes interrupt you, but have you ever filmed not on a tripod? Is it the tripod that attracts them?
Yeah, tripod easily attracts them, but that was just for my friend's thing. He likes to shoot on tripods, so I use one, but for me, I don't shoot on tripods.
And does that make it a lot less likely that you're going to get kicked out?
Yeah, you can hide it easier, because like I said, I use this thing, so I just have the camera on this.
Oh, like a jib?
Yeah, and then on top of that, I have a, like this thing.
Is that like a shoulder mount by any chance?
No, it's actually for lights.
Oh, okay. Oh,
if you look up, like, yeah, it's for lights, and it's just like a handheld thing, and then I use it for my audio because I use a wireless mic. That's how I think that I have some pretty clear audio, even in busy streets and situations where it's loud around. Like, it's really focused in. Yeah.
Where do you hide your cameras when you're performing? Because that's always something that I've wondered. Where do you actually hide the cameras, and how do you hide them without being caught hiding the camera?
I don't really hide the camera. You mean during a magic trick or a prank?
Yeah. Let's say if it's a prank and it's a hidden camera thing. Where do you hide the camera?
You just go behind a tree or a pole, or sometimes it's out in the open. Like, honestly, like, you could sit down on a bench and I could just be distracting them. Kind of like magic trick, you have to distract them to look another way, and I do that, and then I can only go a certain distance because the mic I have isn't that good. It can only go about like 80 feet, but I think you use a different measurement system there, but 80 feet here, so it's not that
is the
far.
audio already synced up, or do you have to sync it up in post as well?
Oh, it's already synced up because no, it's perfectly synced. The only problem is once in a while it may make some, noises like if I get too far, but with a magic trick I'm not going to get too far away, so the audio should come out good.
Yeah.
But for magic I don't hide the camera. I just have a cameraman walk next to me and then I say, hey, you guys want to see a magic trick for my YouTube show? And then I make sure the audio's on, and then we press record, and then I go into it, and then after that, get the reaction.
Do you ever get them to subscribe or like your page after the video's filmed? Do they ask questions or like want to know what you're doing and subscribe to you on YouTube and things like that?
Most of the time, I do have a business card type thing, but I don't really give them out too often. I give that, or I just say, hey, it's going to be on my YouTube. It's called RILEYproMAGICIan. And then I just walk away and say thank you. Or if they really are interested, then they'll have me write it down in their notes on their phone or some type of app, or literally go on YouTube and subscribe. But that's kind of rare because I don't really get subscribers off the street like that. I just get, people off the internet every day subscribing just a certain amount,
Because what I do is, how crucial do you think the business cards are to get your contact information out?
I did them for the purpose of getting them out at VidCon, the YouTube convention that I go to, so I just have them left over for that. And for that'd be perfect, and I think it is good for after you perform, especially since, like you seem to do like corporate events, weddings, stuff like that. You can definitely hand them business card, and that's going to help you definitely.
I've got a 500 in my case here. I'll just show you one real quick. Couple of key points. I have thick business cards there, thick stock, and they're double-sided like that.
Are they double-sided or
social media information on the back? Double-sided. So on the first side, it's got my logo. I've got a new logo now. Email, contact information. I'm not going to blur it because they can find it online anyway. And then on the back, it's got the website.
Oh, you got QR code.
Social media, everything. And then just a brief summary of what I do, which is just close-up magic, strawing magic, magical entertainer, and that just sums it up. Simple, basic, done. And I just give those out whenever I perform. And what I do a lot of the time now, because you get a lot of people coming up to you saying, show me magic in the street. I want them to invest in me, so I say, okay, I'll show you some magic. Like, I'll do some magic for some people. You start to generate that crowd around you when you perform.
Yeah.
I'll say to them, you've all got to like my Facebook page and I'll show you some magic. So it's getting them into investing in me before the magic. It's like a payment.
That's a good one.
Getting them all liking my social media. And by doing that, I've quickly grown my YouTube channel, my Facebook page.
And they could say, I met this guy.
Yeah, from about 100 to about 300 in the space of about 2 months. So
and this is Facebook?
That's what I do to grow my channel. That's Facebook. Because I want to grow my Facebook first, because Facebook's becoming more popular than YouTube. I'm finding that a lot more people use Facebook than they do YouTube.
That's the new thing I noticed. The weird part about that, though, is like the view count, I think, is not as accurate for videos, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, because it says like 10,000 people are talking about Harrison Horton magic, and it's just a bit strange and unusual.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't have any Facebook page like that.
I'd recommend you get one, because I think it's really the future, and it's easier to monitor the comments and promote stuff on there. So I get one set up. You never know.
I'm probably going to create one. And I could also post content like videos that may have been not seen for, also older videos that people pass up now, like my new subscribers have probably not seen my very old videos that could be good.
That's
what
I'm
going to post
and you're
the best ones.
You're gonna get a whole host of new people coming to your channel that have never seen your videos before, just from Facebook, because Facebook people share and like a lot more, and that spreads a lot faster than YouTube.
Yeah, I noticed people get more views too on Facebook.
Yeah, I do get. I mean, videos can easily get 300 views in minutes of them being posted. And I found that quite a lot with Facebook, which is handy. Another thing that I've done is I've kind of bribed my sister. I'll say, if you get me to 300 likes, I'll give you a chocolate bar. And all she got to do is get me 50 likes. And just from 260,
how old is she?
She's got me to nearly 300 in less than 24 hours. She's 13 years old. She's got so many friends on her friends list, it's unbelievable. So they might not be loyal at first, but they are going to turn into loyal people who are going to watch your content.
Yeah, I mean,
subscribe and like your
that's
stuff.
the best part.
And it's growing your community a lot faster.
Yeah, having those loyal followers is the best part.
It's just something that I thought I've done, and I don't know if it will work, but that's what I've done.
Yeah, so, but those are all good ideas. I need to get Facebook sometime.
You do.
I mean, I have.
And when you do, I'll like your page.
Yeah, I'm probably going to use my logo and all that on there.
Yeah, do. Another thing, I have a website. A website, I think, is crucial as well.
Yeah, you used to have a website.
Makes you more professional. Yeah.
My website got taken over.
The stream.
I used to have a website, but I stopped paying for it, and then when you typed in the URL, it would take you to a Russian Viagra site.
Tell me the
so
website
bad.
URL. I want to do this. Tell me
the
website URL. I want to go to this Viagra
it's
site.
done now. It's done. It was like for a year, and then like now that I type it in, it just says like empty or something. I don't know what it happens. I think it was RILEYproMAGICIan.com, but I don't think it's a Viagra site anymore. But for
what
that year,
you have to pay for the domain, so you're paying for the .com.
Yeah.
I pay for mine about $50 a year, but I buy it in 2 years at a time. That way, I don't have to worry about it the next year. Next time, I'm thinking of buying 10 years because I like that domain, and it doesn't cost me a fortune. But it makes me seem a lot more professional, especially to especially to TV companies and things. When you've got that website, it makes them easier to contact you. How can I find you? Google Harrison Horton. Go to harrisonhorton.com. Makes it a lot simpler.
It's search engine optimization that helps.
Yeah, it does, and it's just another link. I mean, another thing I do is a lot of the time in my video titles I'll have magician in a certain jurisdiction. So Harrison performs magic in London. Then when people search for magic in London, it's going to come up with me at the top.
That's with descriptions and titles and tags on YouTube, it's really important, but it has changed a lot, and I haven't adjusted perfectly to the changes in that, because I studied hard for how to get maximum views, especially when I was in the prank game. Those guys with their crazy titles back then. Oh, man.
Now it's all about being clickbaity and just attracting the attention, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, even back then it was. Like, they just have crazy stuff. Like, have you heard of SoFlo?
Yeah, SoFlo.
Yeah, he would do that stuff.
He just uploads the same old videos.
Yeah, he's kind of done now, but he's big on Facebook.
Really? This is what I mean, Facebook's going to be the future. I mean, look at PewDiePie. He disabled the comment section on all his videos and only answers questions on Facebook.
Whoa. But can you make money off Facebook videos? Because I don't think so, right? Because you can easily...
Facebook ads?
Yeah, can you make money off of that?
Yes, I think you will be able to.
Eventually,
because with Facebook,
or now?
You can do more targeted now. Because you can do more targeted advertising with Facebook, can't you? You can say, I want to show this advert to people of 18 who've got these friends. I don't know if you
but I mean, like, as far as, like, say you post a video and it has an advertisement and I get paid for it.
You can monetize them. Yeah, you can monetize. You can monetize Facebook videos, yeah.
Oh, really? I thought that was something that's coming in the future.
No, I think they do it now. It might be limited to certain people at the minute. I think you have to have a certain like range or something, but it is out there. And I think in the future, I think what's going to be coming up now is the live streams. That's why why me and Dan have started Magician Friday, because we think that live streaming is going to be the future. And the next thing that I'm probably going to do is start live streaming at gigs. And live streaming my performances as they happen in real time, so that they can watch and they can see there's no stooges involved. It's real. So that's what I'm going to be doing soon. Did you do a lot of contests and things when you were starting out, like get your channel big? Did you do any of that?
No, I did 0 contests, but I did enter. Wow, this is a long time ago. There used to be a guy called Black Tiger 611. Do you know that guy? He doesn't do magic now. I think he had a contest which I entered, but I never had a contest myself. That never actually helped. I never saw that really helping too much. I don't know. I just kind of just did collaborations and got on community channels, which are for pranking. So when I did pranks, I would post some of them to the community channels, and they would upload them. And then they would have a link and say, check out RILEYproMAGICIan. So that's
it's all about So it's about networking with other YouTubers to help them out and help yourself out, really, more than anything.
Yeah,
so it's sort of like finding mentors. You've got to find people who invest in your content and are going to help you out.
Yeah, and then, there's people where, like, I believed in them and they got bigger than me, and that happened a lot. So I know it's possible to get big on YouTube and the internet, I guess,
What are your views for people who use like-for-like stuff? Like, like they use YouTube subscriber websites.
I didn't even know
they buy subscribers and
things
yeah,
you can buy subscribers. I've seen that. It's like $5 and you'll get 50 subs or something like that.
50 subs for $5. That doesn't sound like a good deal. You can get more
Facebooks that you're gonna get banned if you keep doing that, essentially. So there's like no point in doing that. I wouldn't do it. You just gotta get your daily mistakes. Like what, with YouTube stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got banned off YouTube before.
Whoa.
Yeah, no one
about that.
Yeah, no one knows about that. I never talk about it at all because I don't want people to know that much. I had a different account. This RILEYproMAGICIan account, this is my secondary account that was for just my gig footage. I would film some gigs and put it up there. And then I just also put up the Walk on Water video that was 12 seconds randomly just for it. But my other real account, if people have been following me for the really like original fans, I guess, was Riley Street Magician, because I would just do street magic, and it's spelled the same way with the lowercase n, which I don't know why I did, because I was 14, I think, when I made the account, and I made tutorials. An illusionist flagged my tutorial, and I got a strike. Then I used copyrighted music for one track, and I asked for permission via MySpace, which was a bad idea, which YouTube didn't accept that. I had a screenshot, and they're like, yeah, you can use our song, and it's like, that's not an official contract, which I was a teenager, I don't know anything, so I got a strike for that. And then I used the same copyrighted intro song for like 5 videos, so I just went flag, and then it was just over. I logged in, read, done. And also, before I got my account deleted, I made a video, and I'm like, hey guys, subscribe to my second channel because I know I'm going to get banned. And I had 1 million views at the time, and I had 890 subscribers, which back then was a lot. So I was like really sad when that happened. So that's like something no one ever probably knew about.
So if you use music, do you buy all the licensing, or what's like the Creative Commons? Have you ever been done for that on the current channel?
Yeah, I'm in completely good standing on my channel as far as like strikes. I've been 100% careful. Basically, I use royalty-free music only, and my network provides that, which is another great thing, because there's a site called Epidemic Sound, I think, and that's a really good site. It has some cool music, and I download like multiple genres of music that I could use in my videos. So that was good, and they also provided me a different site as well, but that one went like out of style after a while. But I have been
Oh, the
flagged for that.
royalty-free ukulele.
Yeah, they have royalty-free everything. Like, they have metal, they have dubstep, they have, you name it, rap beats, sad music, sound effects. Like, sometimes I censor my videos. Like, for a while I was censoring them, but now I kind of don't. Just depends on what kind of video. So I have, like, a beep sound effect for censoring bad words, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are there any like conditions when you're with your network, like how often you have to post? Can you just like post when you want?
Yeah, I can do it pretty much. I have freedom to do whatever I want, pretty much. So I'm not like doing anything against the YouTube rules. Like if I don't post, yeah, if I don't post, nothing's gonna happen. It's just they're gonna ask me what's going on probably. But I've taken like a month off because I needed just a break, and also just sometimes I can't get the reactions that I need, or I can't come up with fresh content because there's a lot of tricks out there, and there's a lot of videos I've already done, and I don't want to repeat myself a lot of times.
So what can you give advice for like creating your own tricks and finding material that you can make videos on?
What I do is basically I just create my own tricks a lot, so I don't have to rely on like the latest DVD that just came out. So that's the hardest part. Is like not most, I wouldn't say most of my videos are 100% original, but the way I do the tricks are usually never done by other people, or a method that's not done by other people, I guess. So that's how I think I can be creative with magic. Or I do tricks that are rare to find.
Yeah. So that way that they'll find them when they search for the keys, such as Tears of Blood.
Yeah, like Tears of Blood, that one's just called Tears of Blood, but there's some I have no titles for because I don't know what to call it. Like, I don't know. Like, I did a phone mind reading one where the background... Oh, Quantum Bend. Isn't that the coin bend thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever name it that.
I know what you mean with that.
What?
No, carry on. That's right.
Also, like, my videos aren't made for magicians anyway, so, like, if I were to put the title of the trick, you could probably, like, buy it or something like that. So I rarely use the title of the trick unless I really have to. Because it wouldn't make sense. Yeah. Like, people aren't looking up, like, I think it's called
How It's
Influx by Tom Elderfeld or whatever. So, like, people aren't looking up influx. That's not a word people look up ever. So that's not going to get me the views that I need. It's a great trick. These are great tricks. But it's not going to get me the views. You know what I mean? So I try to find out, like, something simple, like street magic. Like, I'm not going to just, like, make it, like, some weird name. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, Liberty Coin Vanish or something crazy. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? For the trailers, it's cool. For the magic trailers, but for normal people, they don't care about that. So that's how I look at it.
What's the scariest, almost like freaky reaction you've ever got when performing something? Like the most terrified someone's been?
I mean, I've had, like, I wouldn't consider it a magic trick, but I do a broken arm using, there's a thing, I think it's by Alan Wong. He designed, like, a neck cracking gimmick, and it goes...
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
And I don't know if you've seen the broken arm. Yeah, I have a broken arm prank, but my arm is really, truly broken, and basically that gets girls screaming and running away from me completely. So that one isn't exactly a trick, but I've incorporated it into, after like a magic trick, I'll just randomly break my arm. But that's terrifying, and then also Tears of Blood is very scary for people. So those are reactions.
Do you think that you've thought about crossing certain boundaries, like with pranks? Have you ever got tempted to do something so over the top and then like think about it and think, no, I can't do that?
like do some of the really disturbing stuff that like people like Sam Pepper have done?
I don't think he does anything that's that crazy though. Like there's other people do crazier stuff.
He did a prank where he kidnapped someone and shot them. That prank was pretty extreme.
Yeah, but it's fake. Like that's the thing. Like he fully admits that he uses his friends or like an actor or something. So when you do that, like since I know the industry as far as like pranking, I've seen people do that type of stuff before. So instantly I know who does fake videos. So when I see it, I'm like, oh, it's just another fake prank. But then everyone else is just going crazy. I'm sitting here like, do you guys really believe this and are upset by this video that's not that crazy? Because it's not, like his friend looked like he was terrified or whatever, but he was totally in on it. I mean, it's his friend. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. And I've met him before, and he's a really nice guy. I did a magic trick to him, and he's really cool. He got a lot of hate on the internet, but he's a cool guy.
A bit like Trump.
Yeah.
But have you ever been faced though, like, what's like the most shocking prank, the most like the biggest prank you ever did?
I mean, I did it like I said, I did a Tears of Blood while doing a staring contest with random people. I think it was only girls though, but I would just challenge them to a staring contest. But I didn't tell them I was gonna cry blood, and then I would cry blood during it, and then they would get all weirded out by it. That took a while. That took a couple days to film in multiple locations.
So a lot of the time your videos aren't always in one take. It takes multiple times to record each video.
Yeah, like especially magic, some of them take longer, but it's actually a little easier than pranks, but it's still shorter time because I can perform it once or twice and still have video, but for a prank, I have to probably prank 15 to 30 clips or more sometimes to be able to get 5 good ones for a video. But I'd rather do magic now, but magic does take a little bit less time, but sometimes you get nothing at the end of the day, like as far as reactions. If that makes sense.
Do you have any sort of like traits that you can look for people who are going to be in your videos, like certain traits when they're being recorded?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Like, I don't just pick random people, pretty much. I'm really picky when I pick people. Some of them are pretty they are random, but like if they don't look like they're having a good time, then I'm not going to even go up to them. And honestly, my audience is males, and they want to see girls that are pretty much. So I pretty much try and find pretty girls if I can, just because of the thumbnail, and they'll be more likely to laugh or react and smile, and just my audience likes it. Because I remember I put up a video and it was all guy reactions, and people were like upset by that, and I was like, are you serious? It's a magic trick, you guys. Like, get over it. And so I just try and find people that are going to look good and comfortable for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but try to find people that are having a good time mostly, or are really bored where they want to see a trick that will make them have a good time. So I do look for certain people. Like, there's certain people it's like, oh, that guy's probably on drugs right now. I should probably not go up to that guy, So
that guy's probably got a knife in his pocket.
Yeah, because sometimes I go to Venice Beach in Hollywood to do tricks, and although those are huge destinations for tourists to go, there are definitely people out there like in the open doing drugs, having probably weapons, just bad stuff going on. You just don't know it because you don't live there. So when you live there, in that area and you're walking around, you know the areas that you shouldn't be going to. I'm not saying it's
You're
like
cautious.
too bad. Yeah, so especially with my camera
So,
walking around too, you know.
have you ever been mugged around people threaten or say that they want your camera and stuff like that?
No. Nothing like that. They just want me to turn off the camera and delete the footage sometimes or something like that, but that's more for like pranks. Like Magic has never like made someone mad or anything.
Do you have any way to counteract them? So, like, say they want to delete the footage, or do you just delete the footage?
They never really. I mean, they said that, but like I just said I won't use it, or I say I'll blur your face, and then they'll get more mad, and I'll say, hey, we won't use it, or something like that. I just pretend, and usually I don't use it. But there's times where I had like behind the scenes footage, which I probably put on private, but I blurred their face. And then on my other channel, I have like some behind the scenes like pranks that didn't work out, and I had to blur this guy's face because he got mad. So stuff like that happens, but nothing, no violence really or anything. I just want to have fun. And
You've never had people physically grab the camera, you know, scratch the lens or anything like that?
No. If that happened, I'd be pretty mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like super crazy out there.
Do you utilize any other social media platforms apart from YouTube and Facebook?
I mean, I have.
Where can people follow you?
I mean, I have Twitter, but I really don't use it or care about it too much. Like, I'll post like, hey, check out this video, or hey, my video's coming soon, or this is a preview of what's happening in my video. But other than that, I'm not like posting every day. I'm not liking too many things. I just don't have time for too much social media like that. You know, I use Facebook mainly just to chat on there. I don't really like too many things. I don't really go on it that much. Instagram, I have that, but it's more for like just mainly private, like just for my actual like close friends and magician people and YouTube fans that aren't crazy or something. You know, there's some weird people out
allowed.
there. Yeah, so I put them like private because I do have my life on there, and I don't want people stalking me too hardcore. You know?
And you don't want them, you know, these people searching and you end up in on a Viagra commercial.
Yeah, or my website
happening.
gets taken over by Russian Viagra. It's not there anymore, I don't think.
Have you had any like crazy stories happen from YouTube and stuff? Like crazy things like obsessive fans and things like that? Stalkers?
There's definitely a lot of people that literally try, like Instagram and Twitter, I think, try to get there's a trick I did that's like #1 viewed videos, the boobs card trick with the 20 cards, and I count them, and the one they think of ends up in their bra. It's a really popular trick, and there's this one part where I had to, have you seen it? Because you had to see it. There's a part where I had to blur out some nudity that happened from one girl.
Censor it, yeah.
Yeah, and just multiple people messaging me about that. And it's like, hey, can you send me uncensored footage? I'm like, no. #1, you're 13. They're like 13-year-old boys usually, too. And they're like, 13, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to send inappropriate footage. And also, this is a random girl. I'm not going to ruin her life by having her nude or whatever. And, of course, we had permission for all these people to be on video. We said, hey, we're putting this on YouTube, you know? So it's not like I'm making them look. It wasn't that bad or anything. I censored it. But if I put it uncensored, I would also get flagged on YouTube. And also, it's just I'm not going to do it. It's just messed up. I would never just distribute, like, nudity of somebody that I don't know online like that. It's weird.
No.
Yeah, so I've had that happen.
Basically.
What?
How often does that happen? Does that happen quite often? Or is it like just once in a while?
What, when they ask for that?
Yeah. Has it happened like more than once?
Yeah, probably a few times, like 5 people probably, with different social
Like 5
medias.
people.
Yeah, and they're all like kids usually, and I just told, and then like some of them, like one of them tried to bargain with me, and he's like, "I'll promote your channel on all my social media," and I'm thinking like, dude, you're a little kid, like this isn't gonna help me. I didn't say that. If I just didn't reply because I don't need to be involved in any of that. I just say no.
Yeah, that reminds me. I
Yeah.
used to do magic, and like sometimes I just don't have time for magic. And normally, what I do is if I'm at college, for example, and they want me to perform magic, I have some conditions. You got to like my Facebook page, and anyone else who's watching also. Hi Dan, welcome back. I'm just talking about my social media. Yeah, you're back, man. But I say to them, one, you got to like my social media, and you got to get all your friends who are watching the trick right now to like your Facebook page as well. And if they record a video, they've got to send it me on the spot, because otherwise you're never going to get the video. Talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But when I do that, sometimes they'll get so desperate, they're like, I'll promote it on everyone, I'll share it, I'll like it, I'll put it all over my Facebook. I'm like, why haven't you done that already? It's like they're desperate to see the magic. It's like they're addicted to it.
So yeah, that's a good way. Enticing. Get them into it.
Yeah. What was I? I was going to say something. Let me just have a think. Dan, you can talk for a second while I think what I'm going to say. Forgot.
Well, hello again. I'm back. I've resumed. I apologize for having to step away for quite some time. I think it was like 45 minutes. I'm sorry.
It was dinner time, Dan. It was dinner time. It's fine.
Well, one of the negatives to living with the family and having to mandate to their rules. However, in my defense, I am a student, hence the reason I am living with my family at my age. So yeah. So what have you guys been discussing over the past few minutes?
All kinds of stuff. I don't even know.
Everything, from haters to nudity and censorship.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have a field day going over the recording after the fact.
Yes.
I'm kind of jealous I wasn't part of this, but okay.
I'll be staying for a little while. Don't worry, you can ask me stuff. We can have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but everyone watching right now, stop what you're doing. Stop the pause stream. You need to go on like Riley's social media. You need to like his Facebook page that doesn't exist yet. You need to follow him on Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube channel RILEYproMAGICIan. What I will do is if you go to harrisonhorton.com/pro. Let's go harrisonhorton.com/pro. There'll be a little box. If you like the page, subscribe to the channel in that little box, you'll get access to a special video which is taken directly from a new product which I'm going to be releasing on the market soon called the Magician Installation System. And that is going to teach you the secrets to social media, which I have filmed in advance. It's about a 10-minute video, and it's going to teach you some secrets of social media that I've mentioned in here briefly, but it's going to go into explicit more detail on how you can implement them. So that is going to be available after the stream ends.
So, yeah. Cool. And how much magic has been going on throughout the stream, if I may ask?
I didn't do any magic.
We've been doing a lot more talking.
Yeah, it's all talking.
Ah, I see.
It's all been about...
I see. Looking through the comments so far, there's Stefan that has joined and said hello. So if Stefan is still here, hey Stefan, how's it going? He asks, who is the guest?
I think I mentioned this earlier on. You are watching RILEYproMAGICIan. He is our special guest today, and we are going to be picking his brains for as long as we have. And my next question for you, Riley, is how do you get the footage off people you're performing for? You know, you get those people who say they're going to send you the footage and they never do? Or do you make sure you get it on spot?
I have had at least two performances that I had like performed for a rapper and I performed for a whole band, actually two whole bands, a different day, and both those days I lost footage, and I was very, very crushed by that. But it's not that bad. And basically now I have my own camera, so they film it, and then I just take it home, and I have my SD card, and I put it in my computer. So it's all me. Is that what you meant by that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just make sure I'm in
Kind of
control
like
with
that.
the camera, because I have lost footage. Like, someone has footage of me doing magic on their SD card, but I can't contact them, or they won't contact me back, or I know that it's lost because they told me. Stuff like that happens before, so that kind of sucks. But I'm hating on them. They're cool people still. It's all good.
Do you ever get requests from the media or requests from other people wanting you on their channels to collaborate with you?
Besides us.
Apart from us, really, or is it like a really rare thing that happens?
I mean, I reach out to other people mostly, or I just find smaller YouTubers that I think are cool or have a good channel, and then I kind of say, hey, I'm in the area locally, usually, and, you know, I need someone to film for me. I can film for you, and I can teach you stuff that I've learned about YouTube. So I've picked up some people that are kind of like smaller prank channels or something like that, and then they help me film, so I help them film, and I teach them what I know about YouTube, and then that's how I collab. And then sometimes I just randomly meet somebody that's way big, you know, 1 million subscribers, like something like that, and I could still work with them if they're really nice enough to do that, or we're just friends, and I just don't collab with them.
Yeah. So you still stay in contact with them. So, for example, do you still talk with Bart Baker, things like that? Do you still talk with these YouTubers?
Not him, because that technically to me that wasn't a collaboration. That was just maybe just a feature on my channel.
Performing.
He didn't, to be honest, he didn't even know I was probably gonna be there. It was my network that knew, hey, we're gonna have this guy do a magic trick too, and he probably said okay, and then just got on stage, did his thing, and then I got on stage and did my thing, and then got off. I was scheduled to do magic to, do you remember Rebecca Black from the Friday music video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to do a trick for her, like her Q&A or whatever. Something happened where she couldn't stay a little longer, so I couldn't get her, but I have a trick for her that's like really good, and I don't think I've ever seen it done besides maybe David Blaine did something similar, but I've had that trick prepared for a long time, so hopefully you'll see that in the future.
Cool.
That's something for you guys to look out for.
It's something completely random.
Do you have any more questions, Dan?
Well, I mean, the last thing I wanted this to turn into was an interrogation. I really did not want this to become an interrogation of Riley, but...
No, it is interesting. I've never done anything like this, so it's like an interview, kind of.
I'm trying...
Yeah, I mean, I wanted this to be kind of more of a...
as much content as we can, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted this to be like a friendly discussion amongst 3 magicians that could just, you know, smoke a pipe, I guess they call it, when you just sit around and discuss different topics. I didn't want this to really... But I guess if there's one thing that I did want to know that we haven't spoken of yet, it is on the topic of camera footage. And I know that sometimes you say that you get camera footage off of other people's cameras when you give them the SD card, and sometimes you have your own cameraman. I myself know how difficult it is to get a devoted cameraman to follow you around and do videos with you on a consistent basis. Personally, that's the reason why the only videos I've released on my channel thus far are Magician Fridays, because I have a lot of video ideas, but I don't have a cameraman that is fitting in my schedule to perform them.
Yeah, it's really hard. I have multiple people. I have like 5 probably, because it's really hard to work around 1 or 2 people's schedules, and I don't have many days off, so Basically, I try to film as much as I can, or I take like a week break sometimes just because I literally am just working on a trick or, things come up. So, yeah, getting a cameraman was the hardest thing in the beginning for me.
So right now, do you have just like a list of people that you can hit up at any moment's notice and
Yeah,
say,
they're
hey,
just all my friends. Like, we really, like, they usually have channels. Um, and I just help them out because they're usually smaller or they start off smaller and then I help them and then I see them grow like up to like 400,000 or even 2 million, stuff like that. And it's insane how that happens, but I start filming for them and I'm just there to help out, and we genuinely like to film like on our free time rather than just like sitting around. We like to film stuff, we like to edit stuff, so hanging out with these people is the same thing as filming. So we're just kind of hanging out, but we're at the same time getting business done with the filming.
So how do you recommend that we go about making these contacts with people? How do you find these people?
Like online, and just also, I don't know, just sometimes I comment on someone's video and then they comment back and they say, "Hey, you're in the area," and then I meet them basically through YouTube and stuff like that. Or my network sometimes set up some collabs and stuff like that, but mostly it's just me.
Hmm.
I don't know how to even
So the
explain it. It's
network
just,
do help you out.
yeah, but not too much. Like the last collaboration I had, I was supposed to meet this person and it kind of fell through because their friend got sick or something along those lines, and I couldn't meet up with them. I was literally there like minutes. It was at a convention. I was supposed to meet them, and it just didn't happen. Like literally 3 minutes late because I was lost because of the convention and I couldn't find my way there. And I finally found the spot, texting her, and it just didn't work out. But it's okay. But just weird stuff happens like that, like where I can't get a video because something happens, but I don't hold it against them. It's just a challenge of
Have
YouTube.
you thought of invading the media, like performing magic on doing publicity stunts on TV and things like that?
I mean, maybe one day I might want to have like a TV special or something, or maybe be on a TV show that's magic related, I guess, but it's not really my goal to be on TV that much because I think the internet's going to take over TV. Like you were saying, Facebook video and all that seems to be huge, taking over even YouTube with views. So that might be the future, but not really
I'm just
publicity
thinking
stunts.
more ways to generate more attention to the YouTube channel because TV has a larger audience reach.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
I'm
anything
thinking
that's like
these.
a publicity stunt as far as like when I think of that, I think of like a dangerous escape or something like that. Like I can escape a straitjacket, but I'm not gonna like hang upside down and have fire and spikes and stuff.
No,
But
you could do something like Fred, even though you don't do it, or some random stunt. I'm thinking of doing
yeah,
something where I die in front of everyone and do it in the middle of London or Manchester. Next time I'm going to be down there, film it and send it to the media.
that'd
Oh
be
shit! I got to
crazy.
get permission from Sans Mines first. I forgot. Fucking hell.
Is that a joke? Because they say that at the end of every video.
They say that at the end of every video. You have to pay them like 10 grand to get it on TV. Fuck.
Yeah, because they create some visual magic. I bought
But can they actually
one
enforce
product
that? Are
from
they
them.
going to sue me? They can't sue me for performing something legally.
I don't know. There's something about it. That's the other thing about TV magic I don't understand. I do have one product by them, and it said gimmick included, and the gimmick didn't come with it at all. I didn't like that.
We
So
should do that. That's going to be this week's crap of the week. Is
it's called Pop
what's
Change.
the product
It was
called?
like Pop Change, gimmick included. Doesn't come with the gimmick. Comes with the bag, but the bag also ruined the performance because the bag wasn't barely used in the trailer. So I was very like disappointed in that. I don't think I bought any
That
more
sounds like shit.
from them besides there's a thing called Expression, but I don't know if it was from Sans Mines. that was a good trick, but I lost it. I threw it away
No,
on
I think that's
accident.
Justin Miller. Justin Miller's just ticking away in my head. I think that's Justin Miller.
No,
What is the
the
effect?
creator,
Associates with me.
I think was Patrick Kuhn, I believe.
Which effect are we referring to?
Extortion is a
Extortion.
bill change. It's definitely not Justin Miller. I think it's Patrick Kuhn or something.
Let's use my Uncle Google.
Uncle Google.
It's a dollar bill change, and I threw it away on accident, and also I have the DVD still, but I don't want to rebuild the gimmick because it costs a lot. And
Expensive gimmicks. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think it cost me $80.
Yeah. Wolf.
Yeah.
I know Handout 500.
Yeah, this is also a bill transpo, but I just used it as a bill change. But the transpo is cool too. It's just like the handling for me on camera isn't good, but they made it work on the thing, on the trailer, and that was a good DVD. But I don't know if it's Sans Minds. That was the point why I brought it up. It could have been.
One of the reasons I hate gimmicks, whether they're built or whether they have to be built, I just don't like, especially the fact that they're expensive. I remember when I was starting out in the Magic community and I was getting into the professionalism of Magic with actual products from Magic stores, I was recommended Greed by Danny Garcia, where a single dollar, I think, turns into 5, to 10, into 20.
That's a cool trick.
But the thing is, you actually have to use your own $1, $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill.
Yeah, you have to mess them up pretty much.
So literally, if you literally break it down, the instructions cost like $20 to $30, plus another 20 that you have to cut up and paste, and a 10. So altogether, the cost, the funds, just to recreate an effect in your spectator's vision is so expensive. It's just so not worth it.
Yeah. But it's real money, so it makes it legit.
I guess. It's just, sometimes it comes down to, is it worth it or is it not?
That trick was definitely worth it. It's just the problem was I threw it away, so I don't feel like putting the effort. I accidentally threw that away and another trick, which was in the same card wallet, and I can't find it.
Did you throw it away or did you spend it?
No, it isn't a card wallet. It isn't a card wallet with also a trick called Strange Travelers, which is my favorite trick. And I threw them away. Down where I work, there's a laundry chute, and I threw it down the laundry chute on accident.
That isn't good. So,
yeah,
do you enjoy the job you currently do, or do you want to like go full time into YouTube?
The job I currently do is terrible, so I don't want to do that forever. But I would like to do full-time YouTube, yeah.
Let's just assume that the bosses don't see this.
Yeah. No, I don't care. I can tell them it's terrible.
Let me see. Is the pigeon there? No. Oh, hello. Hi, Timmy. How are you doing? Welcome to the call. What's your least favorite thing about Magic at the minute?
Wait, what? It was glitching out a little bit. What did you say?
Sorry. Your least favorite thing about Magic at the minute?
I guess like the amount of effects that come out per week, pretty much, that are mostly useless or copies of tricks that I've seen a million times, and not being into Magic for like a long time, I can already see so many repeated effects, and I'm sick of seeing, like I think I mentioned before the stream, there's like 20 torn and restored cards every week, and I don't really need another one because I don't even perform it really anyway. So it's like, how many times am I going to see the same thing or something? Yeah, it's like just a bunch of products coming at you, and most of them aren't very good. It's kind of like the Dan Sperry rant, sort of.
But see, I have my own answer to this torn and restoring thing, and the previous guest we had on the show actually said the same thing. The torn and restored is not something that he looks into performing, but there's an effect called Crazy 8, I believe. Are you familiar with it?
We
it's by Dan
reviewed it
Haas.
a couple of Magician Fridays ago. It's really good.
No.
If you'd like, I can probably quickly show it to you. If you'd like me to display it.
And while he sets it up, I can ask you another question.
All right.
How do you get the best reaction out of your spectators?
Wait, what did you say?
How can you get the best reaction out of your spectators, the participants in videos?
Just
can you
be believable with your performance. Like, there's times where I'm like super tired from something I did the previous night or something. Say like I went to a concert and I'm just dead tired because I was going crazy or whatever. I'm not going to perform perfectly, and I probably won't put that best performance forward when I'm filming, and I need to do that more because my voice is already very like non-exciting, so I try to just be as exciting as I can be or convincing with the magic so they think that I'm like a demon or something like that. That would be the best way to get a reaction.
Have you ever...
We have so many similarities, it's not even funny.
Have you ever filmed magic when you were at a festival?
Wait, what did you say? Sorry, every time you do a question, it breaks up, I swear.
Have you ever filmed magic at a festival or concert?
Yes, like to bands and stuff like that. Like I've been to Warped Tour and I did some magic to a DJ and a band, and then before a show I did magic to a couple bands, like Rings of Saturn and Winds of Plague and Big Chocolate. If you know any of them.
I remember seeing Big Chocolate. Yeah, it was. You did an image of them. It was on your Facebook. Yeah. Yeah,
that's like one of the greatest moments of my life. That image, that's my cover photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up on stage for that and I was dancing. That was like 2011 though, and I just had such a good time, and it was like literally that's the point in my life where I think, my life was complete, which is weird to say, but at that moment, I felt that way by dancing on stage, which is just weird.
Are you ready to go, Danny?
I have been since I first mentioned it.
Yeah, let's see this.
But
see this magic.
I'm gonna go and get some more Corporation Pop. Take it away, Dan.
Yeah, it's like I'm noticing that there's so many similarities as we continue discussing, even our, I guess, taste in music as well. And I guess I kind of should have seen that coming, considering we're both geek magicians. But
yeah, I like a lot of metal.
Same. In fact, Asking Alexandria's latest album just hit.
Oh, I don't like them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even think they're metal, man. They're like some scene-core stuff that turned into like some rock.
So, okay. I should like pull out my iPod and just go through a list.
Wait, show me the trick.
Not even.
Show me the trick.
Okay, well, trick.
Because I'm gonna like hate on all your favorite bands, and I don't want to be doing that. We can like different stuff, man. Okay.
But I mean, I don't do tricks though. Just gotta let you know. I mean, rolling over, playing dead, fetching, it's not my thing. I can show you some magic though. I can do some cool magic.
Magic illusion.
Well, I mean, I don't really do illusions either. When something appears and it's in front of you, it's no illusion. You can touch it, you can feel it. It's legitimately there. It's not like you're hallucinating.
This is real magic.
Well, I guess it's all relative to how people define magic, I guess. So essentially, with a pack of cards, which can be borrowed, they're given a quick shuffle, like so. Is there a reason Harrison's camera appears to be predominant right now? I don't know why that is. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll turn one card over, and I don't know how I can do this in front of the camera to make this visible very clearly, but I'll push that top card down just like so. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the cards one by one. I'm going to start turning them over. So at any point, right, here.
Yeah, you have to go more in the middle of the camera.
I think so?
Yeah,
That's good? Okay. So I'm going to go one by one, just like so. And I'm going to turn them over. Wherever you'd like to, you say stop. And wherever you say stop, the card that I'm up to, that's the one that we'll go with.
Okay, stop.
Right here.
9 diamonds.
Well, that's what's visible. We can see that. So it's going to have to be face down, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, we're not using the 9 of diamonds, the Jack of diamonds, the 2 of clubs, the King of hearts, the Queen of clubs. We're using the face down, which I'll turn around so I don't see, and legitimately I don't want to see it in actual performance.
Okay.
But you get it, right? Is it in center?
Yeah, I see it. I memorized it.
Okay, cool. So I'll leave it right there just for the time being. You can see where it is, where it's located. I should probably adjust this camera so that it is more convenient for you to see the mat and everything. You can see this, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Now, there is a legend that there's this magical paper that was created by Satan himself. And it's not a big deal. Satan's my roommate, so no big deal. But this little hieroglyph on this piece of paper right here, they say whosever name is written in the circle of this intricate design will have their minds open to be read by the mentalist, which in this case would be me. So what I'm going to do is I would normally give this to the spectator so that the spectator can write their name and sign their initial on the card, on the paper. But for the time being, as we are separate, I'm going to ask you to name anything you want me to mark down so we know that this would represent you or represent your name. What would you like me to place onto the corner?
So I say anything?
Yes, I can write down anything. Just so you know that this is your mark or your sign, signature.
I guess put an R.
An R, okay. So just like that, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that there's the letter R, and therefore it allows the mind to be read or to be open. Now I'm going to try a little something. Right now, supposedly your mind is open. All I'd like you to do is look me in the eye. Just look at me.
I'm scared.
I'm getting something. I'm getting something. I might be getting a caffeinated headache, but it's something nonetheless, and I will persevere. Okay, got it. Would you be impressed if right now I turn over this piece of paper and on the piece of paper your card was written on the other side? Would you be impressed?
Yes. Perhaps.
Please read out loud what I wrote on the paper.
Your card.
Are you impressed?
No.
I mean, hey, you asked me to show you a trick, and that's what I did. I showed you a trick. And those tend to be not impressive, which is why I don't like to do
magic.
Those. Right. See, people like to... We'll go one level at a time. First, we did the trick. Now, most people like to correct themselves afterwards and move on to illusion. So I'll show you an illusion. Here's what I'll do. I'll take the card, or rather the piece of paper, and we'll just give it a bit of a tear right down the middle, like so. This to be in full frame the entire time. But we're not going to tear it all the way. We're going to leave the pieces hanging just like this. So if I do this on the other side, if I open it, fold it down the other way, and continue ripping, like so, not entirely, leaving just a few fibers connected. If you undo the entire thing, what you've got left, or what should be left, are all these chain pieces together. Can you see this? Originally, this was, as you can see, a piece of paper with your signature and your card written, but if we take it and take the tear to our advantage and rearrange the pieces, rotate them just like so, they begin to form a new shape. They begin to form completely different form, actually.
Oh,
It almost
yeah.
looks like a number in the middle. Can you see that?
Yeah. It's forming.
It's looks kind of like an 8 in the middle, sort of.
Ocho. Yeah.
Oh, and it's
8.
inside of a diamond. It looks like it's inside of a diamond. It looks like the 8 of diamonds.
8 of diamonds.
Were you by any chance thinking of the 8 of diamonds?
Yes, that was the card.
Really?
That I got.
Wow. So you're thinking of the 8 of diamonds, and here it is, the 8 of diamonds, and it says your card on the upper right-hand corner. Matches perfectly. But you know what? It's an illusion. I literally ripped a piece of paper and started rotating pieces, and you see things that really aren't there, because it is, of course, just a piece of chain piece of paper. But I haven't done magic yet. That's the one thing I haven't done. So here's what I'll do. I'll take the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put them just together like so. And remember, this used to be a single piece of paper with an intricate design. But if I take the pen and rub the edges, you'll stare at it, proving that people are really willing to watch anything, which really baffles me. But nonetheless, you will remember that without glue, without tape, without anything, you'll remember this for the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week, perhaps you'll never forget the man that restored this piece of paper, not just in a normal sense, but restored it the wrong way, with the ripped edges on the outside, the corners on the inside, with the 8 of diamonds in the middle, your card on the top, and your signature still on this single piece of paper. That is magic, and that is your souvenir to hold forever.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never seen that done.
Is my ultimate answer to torn and restored card, because you don't tear a card, you tear a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it leaves them with an impossible souvenir.
Which is exactly what you want to give.
Dan Hoff made that?
Yes. It's called
Dan
Crazy
Harlan.
8.
You're getting Dan
yes.
Harlan.
Yes, Dan Harlan.
Oh, Dan Harlan, okay. I think he did one with a napkin and a star or something like that I've seen.
Correct. It was on Todd Bell, wasn't it?
It was the old thing. Starical or something weird.
Not sure.
I also have Dan Harlan's How to Do Rising card in like a bunch of different ways.
That's funny because on Become a Magician Volume 2, we teach you 2 different versions of the rising card.
Yeah, there's like 20 different versions of that trick. I spent like $20 on that thing, and there's some intricate setups on there that are really good, but I literally use none of them. But I do think the best rising card for me is the one from Theory 11.
There's lots.
The one that came out from Theory 11 that's a rising card, I forget what it's even called now, and I'm staring at it over there. But it's the best one to me.
That's very helpful. Could you describe the effect a bit more?
It's a rising card in their hand. Hold on. Oh, it's called Sleeper. This. Sleeper. Made by Ian O'Hare. Wait, what? What was your question?
No, saying Richard Sanders has a nice rising card.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
I believe it's called Uprising. It's quite new, but it's very nice.
Oh, is that you know what I'm referring to?
Harrison? Are you asking me or him?
Harrison, yeah. I don't think he's seeing what I'm motioning to him, so I don't say too much. But is that the method that we're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that one, no. It's too, yeah, no, I don't like that version. It is impromptu. It is beautiful looking, but no, no, it's...
The one that DR11 has, Sleeper, is really good because you could do it in the spectator's hands if you choose.
Yeah, magic that happens in spectators' hands are always pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a rising card in a spectator's hands, though. Because that's just like, don't do that, but you do.
The David Blaine one, but...
Oh, really?
I think that's it.
Yeah. There's an old David Blaine one with it. It goes inside of the tuck box and it floats out of the tuck box.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. This one's in the box.
Kieran Johnson has a really nice one where it happens inside of two glasses nested on top of each other. And the spectators hold onto the glasses and it floats out of the two glasses isolated.
Wow.
Really cool.
That's interesting.
It's really complex to perform, though. It's a very, very, very complex setup for me. I never performed it. We did review a while ago some different threads. So there's a super strong elastic thread, a super strong thread called Vectra thread. We reviewed it a while back, actually.
Supposedly super strong. I'm saying it's supposedly
I ended up reviewing it, and spoiler alert, it was the crappiest thread ever. It claims to hold up an entire pack of cards, and it's proven that it cannot. It will hold up about half a pack of cards for about a minute, and then it snaps.
The threads that I use are literally loops, and I bought thread from a fabric store, which I stripped myself, and I've used it since I started Magic, and I never bought any other threads because it's just thread. I don't believe that it's better than anything else just because it's $20 or $30. I buy like a $3 pack of thread, and it's lasted me 10 years probably.
Well,
my whole
when
Magic
it has a big claim saying that it's when it has a claim that it's going to hold up an entire deck of cards, it kind of
and it rips.
Convinced me. It rips instantly. It doesn't work. It's bullshit. I want my money back. But speaking about threads, I want to just review a product quickly called Defiance. It's a DVD which I bought a while ago, and it allows you to do some impossible levitations. So you can take a card, make it float around the room, float from one end of the room to the other. The only problem is you're going to have to destroy your ITR. That means destroy it. You're going to have to cut it up with scissors and things. Unless you buy the actual one and you get one in it that's cut up in advance. You're going to require to use the ITR, and you're going to have to be at the venue at least 20 minutes before anyone arrives to set it up. Then after it's set up, you've got to be super cautious.
That's not good already.
So that you don't... No, it's not good already. You've got to be super cautious to make sure that you don't break anything that you're walking around. Because you know how easily this stuff snaps. And you're going to walk up to this... You've got your ITR...
Yeah, I don't use an ITR at all.
No, you shouldn't. And this product, the teaching, it's got some really good advice for lighting considerations for thread, handling the tension and things, but the product itself is just absolute crap. Hence the crap of the week section. This stuff is a pipe dream. The effects that are included look really cool in real life, but they just don't work. They don't function. Those tricks that you'd see yourself trying to perform and just failing at miserably. I mean, he has what he so-called impromptu setup for one of them, where you have to... Let's imagine that... I'm not going to do it in front of you, but imagine that this is my setup, okay? I've got this cable running all the way from here to the other end of the room. I got to have this ring hooked on. I can't see your
screen, actually, this whole time.
I've got to have this ring hooked onto something somewhere. Where the hell am I going to put this ring without it dropping and destroying my thread? I'm not going to put it on the other end of the rule, on the wall, because it's not going to fit on the wall. I can't put it at this end. I have to attach it to some sort of microphone. But where is it going to go on the microphone and stay on the thread? It's just impractical. That's one of the things wrong with it. Another thing wrong with it, the thread can break so easily, and if the thread breaks during your performance, you're fucked. Your whole show is ruined, because you're going to be closing something, and it's going to be halfway at the end of the room, and then randomly it's going to drop to the floor. How the hell do you cover that up?
I don't work with any type of threads, and actually at all, pretty much, except for loops, I guess, and one video I use normal thread, and that's it.
I'm gonna talk about loops next week. That's gonna be next week's crap of the week, because I've had some tough times with loops. Got some funny stories. But back to Defiance. Usability, 5 out of 10. I guess you can use the real storing thread. You know, if you need
I
like
had a reel, but it broke.
Yeah, he teaches a way of cutting the reel up so that you can easily retrieve the thread. That's about the only useful thing. So that's quite a useful reel. Instructions. It's by Murphy's Magic Series. You can expect the video quality is second to none. It's in HD. That's not a problem. Portability. 2 out of 10. You can't really.
Wait, I can't hear him anymore.
His screen seems to have frozen.
Yeah, it's been frozen for a while. That's not good. Oh, he looks like he could be back, but he's a JPEG.
That is true. He is completely frozen at this point. He's probably just experiencing some technical difficulties. He will probably be back soon.
Also, I'm probably going to go soon, like 10 minutes or so.
I see.
But I do want to say goodbye to him if I can.
Definitely, definitely.
If not, I'll just send him a message, because I am thankful for being on the show. It's very interesting talking magic.
And thank you for joining us. Honestly, it's such an honor to have you on. It's amazing that you're in our presence, even in the digital sense.
Oh, dude, it's fine, man. No worries. I can, oh, he's gone.
She's probably leaving the call and rejoining. He'll be back.
I could feel people texting me and being mad that I'm not replying. But it's okay. I just gotta go soon. But I feel like I didn't talk to you as much as because you were gone.
Well, there's
but maybe
time in the future.
Yeah. Also, on social medias, I could still message and stuff. So I do like to, interact with other magicians, because I really only talk to about 2 magicians, if that, that actually have a real interest in magic besides just like a few tricks that they know and perform online and stuff.
YouTubies, yeah.
Because I do see YouTubers perform the same 5 tricks in different videos. They are live. They're in different settings, different style, but it's always the same 5 tricks. And I'm really glad that I don't do that. I do different tricks.
Yeah. Did you accidentally mute the microphone by any chance? I don't hear you anymore. I can see you. I don't hear you though. Is your microphone not muted? Can you hear me? You hear me? Okay. That's interesting. Why can't I hear you? I'm not sure what you're gesturing to me. I still can't hear you. Oh, Harrison, I don't know if you could hear, but Harrison on the comment section of the stream wrote that his device crashed and he will be back shortly. I'm going to try something. I'm going to step out of the conversation and get back inside. Maybe that will help. I don't know if the problem is on my end or not, but I'm going to try real quick to leave and come back. Let's see if that fixes anything. I have to figure out how to do that, though.
Hello? Hello? Wow, this is gonna look awesome at the end. You guys are gonna watch this and you're gonna be like, dude, there's real magic right here.
Okay, I'm back in. All right, I hear you. All right, that fixed it. Yeah, technology always brings us back, even when we think it's bringing us forward. There's always bugs and technical difficulties involved. Yeah. Oh, and Harrison's back too.
I'm so sorry about that. My device, as you can expect, died halfway through the call. Where was I? I was talking about the portability of the product. It's just not a good product. It's absolute crap. Overall, out of 10, I'm probably going to give it about a 6. I guess you can use the reel, and the DVD is nice, and I can always store something in it. Or, you know, what I used to do as a kid, I used to take those little Smarty button things and just melt them on it. So you could do that in the sun. Yeah. 6 out of 10.
Cool.
Tune in next week for my review of Loops.
Definitely give them something to look forward to. So before the end of this stream, there is definitely a product that I want to review, and it is something that I promised to show you, Riley. And I think this is a pretty good time to show it, to display it. So first, let me make sure that the camera angle is optimal, because you definitely want to see this. Make sure the shadow doesn't block anything. You could see this, like the hand, correct? My hands are visible? All right.
Yeah.
It's got the wire there. Okay. So this is an effect that I perform. Whoops. Sorry. Got my camera. It's all good.
Fail.
Technology, right? The wire. All right. So, carry it in a nice compact case. Something I always have with me to perform at any moment's notice. This is an impromptu effect, and it is called Through and Through by Dan Haas. So,
this is the climax of the stream.
There's 2 real performances, perspectives or angles that I take when I perform this. Number one, if I'm performing to professional magicians, I always tell them that when it comes to performing to professional magicians, you really can't fool them, because it's really, we all know how we do each other's work. We all collaborate. We all know each other's stuff. I can't fool you guys. But what I can do is impress you. Now, for a layman, I would tell them that everything we do is an illusion, or so you think, right? Now, I often don't do tricks, as I mentioned before. I don't do tricks because I don't roll over, play dead, or fetch. I'm not a dog. I don't do tricks. And illusions, as you saw earlier, when something is there, it's there. There's no trick, it's no illusion, it's physical. You can feel it, touch it, it's there. It's not an illusion. But just this once, this one time only, I will do a illusion for you. And I will show you the most realistic illusion that I know. Now be warned, this looks very, very realistic. You've been warned before I began. So, there's a few items I'm going to introduce. This is one item, and you're probably familiar with what this is, correct? Do you know what this is, Riley? Yes, this is, yeah, alcohol, right? It is typically used to sterilize things. That's to the effect, makes it look more realistic, right? Now the second item that I'm going to introduce, this is a bit more of an ambiguous item, but I'm sure you will figure out what this is. If I open up the packaging and simply
a needle,
pull it out, right over here. Can you see this, Riley? This is the camera angle good. Glare, yeah. Do you know what this is? Yes, that is exactly what it is. A 7-point gauge needle. Now this is not a illusion, Riley. This is a real thing. I did mention I was going to perform an illusion, but this is not it. This is not the illusion. However, this is the illusion right here. Watch. The what?
Oh, the same. Yeah. Turn your phone sideways, maybe? Yeah, turn your phone sideways so it's portrait.
No.
His camera's
It
gone.
seems like I'm sideways now. Okay. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out.
This is something you should not try at home if you're watching at home live or in advance. Harrison Horton Productions and Magician Friday and The Delusionist do not approve of this sort of thing. You should not try this at home. This is adrenalinely dangerous. What you are seeing right now is not an illusion. This is real. You are watching the Magician installation system, and this is...
And I believe Harrison Glitch is out again. He made a Pain Olympics joke. +1 for me. Does that look real? That looks pretty real. Look, this gets even better.
It's behind your hand.
As I press down, look, you'll see as I press down, it looks like it's sinking lower and lower and lower, right? Look at that. Lower and lower into the skin. See that? See that? It looks like it's practically in there, right? See, it looks like such an impressive illusion. But you know, this is not my favorite part of the illusion, Riley. This illusion gets better because if I turn my hand upside down and continue pressing right there, watch the palm of my hand. Keep an eye. Notice, do you see anything? Watch. Watch.
It's not porn.
Can you see that? Check this out. Check this out.
This is getting magic to the next level. You need to get over here, get in New York, and film this for your channel.
Uh-huh.
Skin has been broken. Yes. And there's green in the left-hand corner, not to ruin the magic.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I don't know if you could tell, but it's.
That reaction's going straight in my promo.
You're hard to impress, huh? It's gotta be straight for you.
Don't try this at home, this really does hurt. Or anywhere else. Don't try this in your car, in your mum's house, your girlfriend's house, your wife's house, anyone's house.
I mean, at this point, let me just pick up the camera so you can see it in the reel.
It's like a giant blister. Look, if you look on his thumb...
But do you see the needle protruding?
If you look on
You're
his
supposed
thumb,
to see it protruding right through.
Yes, I see it.
Can you see it protruding? Is it signed? Yeah, sign the needle. Alright. Now, at this point, I could do two things. After they finish taking pictures for Instagram and Snapchat, one person would grab my hand, the other person would grab the top, and just go like this.
Check out the
I've
nail.
actually done that before. I've done a pull stop with this.
That would be a good idea.
See? Nothing more.
No blood.
Nothing more than an illusion.
Take your geek magic to the next level.
And that
You won't do that. You
is...
won't do Fred. We do razor blade swallowing.
So essentially, what I just performed is called Through and Through by Dan Haas. This time the correct Dan. I got Dan Haas right. Not Dan Harlan, not Dan Sperry.
Yeah, there's no...
Though I think Dan Sperry really should
this. You
perform
won't find this effect.
This effect is no longer on the market, actually, because it was so good.
Discontinued.
Yes, I got it before it was discontinued. That is right. And I am glad I did, because this is, as I mentioned, the greatest effect in my repertoire. This will, it may not fool magicians, like I said, but it impresses them. And laymen, it's the greatest thing that laymen will see. Now, the effect itself, we're going to break down the instructions. Well, they're very short and very concise. Practicality, I really don't know. There's a whole breakdown, I guess, that I'd have to go through for the practicality. Is it the most practical? Probably not. I definitely don't believe this is for all situations. And personally, I do not perform this in all situations. I typically reserve it for important events like this one, like meeting one of my favorite YouTubers, stuff like that. David Blaine, actually, I think, utilizes it in his Real or Magic special. So it's even got David
Real or
Blaine's,
Magic, he did it.
Yeah, it's even got his attention. Now, of course, I'm biased, so if I'm gonna...
as well.
Yes, he's actually performed this to doctors, and so have I. I have actually done this in front of physical therapists, PTs, and as you know, PTs have to know the anatomy of the body to its most finite possible form, and it got them, it fooled them, it impressed them. It impresses everyone. It should, perhaps, definitely. So, being biased, I, of course, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 because of the fact that this is so practical, this is so powerful, this is so awesome, and it's my style. It's geek magic.
But I've got to give it a risk factor of 7 out of 10.
Yeah, you got to understand that the negatives to this is you are indeed dealing with dangerous objects here. You are dealing with
there is a chance you can
needles.
get infected by the needles.
When I said that, what was that?
You have to make sure that you're clean.
Well, yeah, it's part of, you're dealing with dangerous objects, basically. When I said that the needle was not an illusion, that was not just patter, that was real. So,
there is a real needle. There is a chance of infection with the needle. Just the same if you're doing thread. Yeah, not a problem, man. It's been fantastic having you here. It's been great picking your brains. I hope that sometime in the future, when we reach a milestone, we can do this again,
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. But before you go, make sure that you go over to Riley Pro Magician on YouTube and stop watching right now. Stop watching right now. I hope that didn't work anyone up. Stop watching right now and go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm really worried I woke up the parents now.
I will find a way to get the footage to you. I'll send it to you for sure.
I think they're still
cool.
sleeping. I
Thanks.
think I'll be alright. Awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Magician Sunday. We will see you next week at the regular usual time of 8 p.m. UK time, or I believe 5 p.m. EST. Is that right? Or is it 3 p.m. EST?
Well, in Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. UK time would be
3 p.m.?
I think so. I think 3. Yeah, that's right, 3 p.m. EST.
3 p.m. UK time.
And
Thank you all for tuning in on this lovely Sunday evening. You have been watching Magician Sunday. We will see you next week, where I am going to review the troubles that I have had with invisible loops, and how if you buy anything from Legal Masika, don't buy these because they're going to be breaking on you every 5 seconds.
Next week, I will definitely be innovating some geek magic and creating some new concoctions.
And I will be talking more about a future product coming soon, not the Magician Installation Set. It's going to be the beginner's guide and teach you how to grow from nothing to get subscribers, get YouTube followers, build your social media presence, and make a ton of money doing gigs and performing magic across the globe.
All right.
Go to harrisonhorton.com/gigs for more information for that. I'm Harrison Horton. I will see you next week.
All right. I'm Double MD. That's been Riley.
Welcome watch.
See you guys.